watch this. Problems arising out of your old ticker. Arms folded, belly bolded, key in your whole civic. Cause accusations open, and you just fucked on the system, but she don't know you golden. She say it's yours, but you doubt it, cause trust is Gary Coleman. You come up short as my songs. You take that shit all on your face to get dogs. Niggas like you get robbed with a cycle on shit. Mother Nature got the glaciers breaking in it so far. You was busy eating baconators, extra cheese and shit. I pray to God you have a good day until you peep this shit. Believe in the flip, you get the seat for tips. Nigga punch you in the neck and make you catch a Charlie horse. With the gimbal, watch you tremble, let you fall in your death. You resemble most of the shit I hate about this nation. No clarification, wait patient, no further statements until my plane arrive. Personal vengeance, bitch, put your pain aside. Plain fries for my missus, good eyes. No panic, collider, flavor shit on my side. Yeah, I hate that shit. For real, stop bringing that shit around me.
Don't do it, please. We just getting started. Stewie in the one-room apartment. We skim through the varnish. Take an L, give my brother the knowledge. Mommies, they trust us. Say the mutants really got it. Through them tricky ass flows. Y'all can hear who really bout it. Play the shit when she ain't have to. When these bastards try to rob us. Niggas rob me in my late. I'm blacking out with Rottweilers. Tell my youth tomorrow not. Promise niggas stop wildin' if you really smoking cop. Chronic nigga not. Garbage make it hot and rich city, man. Do a lot of mobbing. Utilize the talent God provided. Too many motherfuckers can see that will fuck the game up immediate. No kind of media safe. Big blunts, DVD on the way. I'm wolfing the waves. Niggas that's really spinning relate. You could have been gang, but fuckers be committing too late. Get bitch slapped in the race. It's hard to restrain. Not as hard as the kicks of the chain. Riot gear from Vietnam. We can flee no cause. Shit, I killed the game and all. Let's sit down and talk. Won't be in this bitch for long. Shit, record your thoughts. My Puerto Rican thing, hot on secrets and CD-ROMs. Riot gear from Vietnam. We can flee no cause. Shit, I killed the game and all. Let's sit down and talk. Won't be in this bitch for long. Shit, record your thoughts. My Puerto Rican thing, hot on secrets and CD-ROMs. Good.
Peace, peace. It's Bronzeberry here with the Brownstone Powwow. Good morning, good morning. I don't even have, no, I'm lying. I do have a lot on my mind, right? So, first of all, I don't know what the hell is going on with YouTube. Maybe I'm bugging the fuck out, but I be seeing people's lives, right? So I be watching, right? So it's a bunch of lives that came on yesterday, and it says like waiting. Person like that's doing the live is like waiting, and I'm like sitting up there like, well, when they going on? And as soon as I click the thumbnail, they finally are on the actual thing. So it's a bunch of people that be going live. Like today is an example, right? Today is an example. Like I seen somebody doing a live, and you already know what they talking about. They talking about that white girl, and I'm peeping the vibes, and I'm just like, well, why are we still waiting if it says the time was 10, let's say 10:15? You know what I mean? I'm like, well, where the hell is it? Like, are y'all going live or what? You know what I mean? Like, what's the deal? So, all right, I'm seeing all that. I'm like, YouTube must be bugging, because I know damn well if you're gonna go live and it says it, then you know why can't people see that you are live? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it, bro. Hold on. So check this out. We go to war like the Crusaders. And this is the thing, yo. I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. I had beef. I've been seeing beef in my real life, and I've been seeing beef online, right? So besides all that, I'm gonna get into that in a second. Just give me a second on that. First of all, I'm happy as shit. Like, I think I just like got something. I got one of the programs that I wanted. But my other electronics is not working. Like, so it's like I'm grateful, but I'm also fucked, because the fact of the matter is I have mad files that's like decades years old, right? And so I'm just like, if I don't have it backed up, I'm just gonna be like shit out of luck, right? And I hope to God that that's not the case. So I have to figure that out. And then what also happened is YouTube decided to give me a copyright strike, right? And this is the crazy thing. I'm like, it's not, because y'all know I'll play music, whatever music I want to play. And, YouTube is like, well, you can't really be playing that, this and third. I'm like, okay, cool, I got you. But the thing that is flabbergasting to me is, yo, I was already playing this song, my intro song, for like the longest time. Now you want to hit me with a copyright notice? Like, what's good? Y'all wildin'. All right, so let me get into the whole entire convo, and then I think I'm gonna share a vid. There's many things to discuss today. Number one, about the beef shit. There's definitely things in the background that I believe is bullshit without a shadow of a doubt, and that's gonna get settled. But here online, right? So the last stream I did. Y'all know the name of it. The last stream I did, Lincoln Center. Shout outs to everybody that came through, of course, especially the one that decided to come on my stream and act like a complete imbecile. I just been seeing so much, right? So my thing about him is his tactic is always the same. His tactic is just to go online and act like just a belligerent fool. And come on, diss everybody, be rude as fuck, and then just be like, and he's doing this to troll and shit, like take a piss test on people, right? And my thing about it is this, bro. Like, it's no beef. It's no beef, but I find it hilarious in my case, right? Because it's funny as shit. But the thing about it is, fam, like, I don't know whether you really angry or you just really be doing this because you're a misanthrope like me. Because, like, I'll come on and I'll be raw as fuck. Like, I'll just be like, yo, you don't know what you're talking about, or this is wrong, or you're incorrect because of ... You know what I mean? Each bullet point is essential to the point, right? And with this fellow, it's like, bro, we get it. You're a smart person. You know what I mean? You're a smart dude. Congratulations to you, your marriage, your kids, and all that other stuff. But I'll be sitting here stuck like, fam, you good? Like, nigga, how you come on my stream for the first time and want to cause violence? Like, what's good with you, bro? Like, why are you on that type of time? Because I'm sitting here trying to understand this shit for myself. Like, some boy really came on my stream and chose violence. Like, So, I mean, that's the first point, right? But that's not really a big thing. You know what I mean? I just wanted to talk about that. Also, y'all know what the topic is this week. I wasn't going to talk about it because I don't care. But since it's there, and I guess I'm doing it just because it's related to, number one, people I'm around, what my algorithm picks up. And basically because I guess everybody's having the same grandiose conversations, right? A so-called white woman makes a trippy mistake of saying something that might have been out of context, might have been perceived as racist. It's so much to dig apart, because this shows you the fragility of so-called black people. When it comes to a specific topic that has to deal with slavery, so-called black people will be on odds when a so-called white person may say something in regards to that topic. You guys know what I'm talking about, so I don't have to really explain to you who I'm talking about and what I'm talking about. Now, my whole entire odds is with this, right? Because later on, I'm going to be reviewing and having a conversation about the San Francisco or California thing. And also, I am going to be doing some pre-records. It's just been some Wi-Fi troubles on my end. It got fixed. It got rectified. I'm good. Bills is paid. But the thing about it is this, though. The whole entire conversation about a woman like that making statements about slavery, I'm not protecting her, but, you know, it's always going to be sensitive when you come to so-called black people talking about black people's issues or black history, right? So-called black history. And like I said, for the longest time, ever since she came around, so-called black people, or primarily so-called black women, were like this.
Stay the fuck out of black people business. Stay the fuck out of black people business. Stay the fuck out of black people business. Black people business. Black people business. Stay the fuck out of black people business. Stay the fuck out of black people business. Stay the fuck out of black people business. Black people business. Black people business.
And so you see that happen, right? In which, listen, my thing about it is this. Even if you don't like the girl came from learning and studying from a so-called black man. Okay? That's what we have to infer. That's what exactly the whole entire thing that happened. You understand? And, you know, brothers make this whole entire thing of saying, oh, y'all protect the so-called white woman, but you don't want to protect the so-called black woman, all because she sat there and had a conversation or dissed one of the guests that was on her show. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The plastic surgery looking ass motherfucker that just 40-something years old. That's a single mom. Look, my thing about it is this. When have you ever seen that so-called white woman get out of character, especially with so-called black people? You haven't. But you've seen it happen with this chick MK, in which I've sat there since the beginning. That woman did not know what she was doing. She figured, you know what? I need to get into algorithm. I need to get rich, bitch. And so she figured, you know, let's hop on the red pill wave. Let's hop on a red pill conversation. Let's quote some Bibles. Let's quote some scriptures. Let me be that woman that claims that she wants to hold women accountable and can't do it because they're going to stream and she don't know what the hell to do. See, everybody on this goddamn app wants to have free-flowing conversations about the same old bullshit. You understand? And then when it comes someone of a different race to have a conversation with a primarily so-called black cast, it's a problem. Who's that? You know, like for example, who's that Indian girl that Pakistani or whatever that people don't like? I forgot her name. I know it's not a lot of people in my chat are listening right now that's bird watching. But whatever her name is, they had a problem with her. And all she was sitting up there was talking about liberal shit. And that's the reason why people who's not so-called black need to be very careful when they hop up on these streams. Because they're always, the thing that I notice about so-called black people is that they want a reason. They want a reason to claim you are racist if you're not a so-called black person. And don't get me wrong, people who are not of the same lineage, who aren't specifically so-called black or so-called African American, right? You guys are treading on thin ice basically because of the fact that you're not our people. So when it comes to certain conversations, especially gearing towards the quote unquote gender war, of course they're gonna say, yo, well, you don't know our experience, you don't know how it is, right? And so that whole entire thing about that and that guy Nick Fuentes, my opinion on that is, you know, Nick Fuentes is a weirdo. You know what I mean? Is he a homosexual? What is he? I don't know what his background is. I don't know what he's really about. But, you know, I just, you know, hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm going to just put this down as well, in case anybody wants to have a convo. If not, then, you know, it is what it is. But Nick Fuentes, right? I watched this. I did a video on him a while back because he was surfacing online. What happened with Kanye West? And, you know, so many people in this world is quick to call someone like Kanye West a coon, right? Or just like I had a conversation a couple of weeks ago with a downtrodden, mistaken, and idiotic so-called white man who happens to be from the UK, when he called me a dirty coon and he called me a nigger. When I had to explain to him what those words mean, not what a coon means, but what does a nigger mean, right? And the thing about it is like, you don't know. And that's blatant racism. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like everything that person says is gold, but I couldn't see what that person said was racist. Maybe it's because they made a mark or they said something and they didn't know what they was talking about as a so-called white person and pertaining to black people. Because white people have the tendency to do that. They speak on something they don't know about, or they make the mistake into roaming into a realm of saying things that they may not understand, especially when it comes to the conversation about slavery. You understand? And the thing about it is, with a woman like that, in my opinion, I don't think that she tries to do anything or say anything that's apparently racist towards black people. I understand that being in the UK is different than what it is in the United States. I'm very aware of that. But at the same time, cool, she has a bunch of black people on her show that has a conversation. I seen MTR last time on there, and I had seen a couple of other people on there. But my thing about it is that all they're talking about is dating. You know, the debate with Hafiz, we gave problems to Hafiz as well, because Hafiz is not an ADOS dude. He is African. And you know, that's something I also want to talk about this morning. The nuances between those that so-called African American and actually African is actually profound, right? I had seen this brother that was from the Lapeef network as well. I think Lapeef or Anton Daniels. And, you know, this coincides with the conversation that her and Nick Fuentes was having, right? And to explore that out into talking about Tekashi 6ix9ine, which is my next point that I'm going to talk about, right? The dude was Nigerian, from Texas, I think from Houston, Texas. And I could overhear him talking shit about so-called African Americans. The stigma that comes in with being an African American male, such as myself. Every day I face challenges in this world for being an African American. Now, you know, I say so-called all the time because I don't believe the term African American is real. It's not a real designation. It's made up. But my point is, you have a Nigerian dude that shows up on a show that talks about the black community, and he's Nigerian. And what bothers me when I hear certain cats that's Nigerian, you know, my thing about it is I don't got a problem with Nigerians. I don't have a problem with Africans. I have mad love for Africans, Caribbeans, based on where I was raised. I was born and raised in New York City. So my thing about it is, we all are we're coming together because we live in the same city. We ain't got no problems. This is the city of the melting pot. So my thing is, you know, I had to deal with Africans running their fucking mouth on African Americans. I had to deal with Caribbeans running their motherfucking mouth on African Americans. But I'm not one of those like Tariq Nasheed, even this YouTube content creator I like, Mouthy Megan. you know, sitting up there talking, calling them tethers and all that other stuff, right? Like, I'm not that type. You feel what I'm saying? Because I got love, but I'm going to defend what's mine. And my thing about it is, you could talk all this shit and sit up there and talk about, oh yeah, African Americans and blah, 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 Nigerians, we the fast pace in the world and da-da-da-da. Don't forget where you come from, fam. Yeah, you come from another country to come to the United States, and you directly disrespecting the natives of this land over here. And the descendants of people that came off the quote-unquote slave ships or came from the original Britons all came from South America. You understand? Like, one thing that I'm not going to let up, and I'm going to continuously say, watch your mouth. Because I don't understand what is the problem with these people that feel like they you know, the funny thing is, you Nigerian coming into Black American conversations. What's up with that? Like, you think, like, the thing about it is, the thing that I don't like about some immigrants, and especially those that might be third, fourth generation immigrants, y'all got a lot of balls. Because y'all come into Black American conversations and we accept y'all asses in. We accept y'all into the barbecue. We don't say nothing. We let you get we let you get the fried chicken. We let you get the Kool-Aid. We let you get the cornbread. We let you get the mac and cheese. We let you get the burgers, the hot dogs, all that. We don't say nothing. We be like, yo, nah, he's our people. They our people. We good. And then y'all have this sense of entitlement of sitting up there shitting on us and sitting up there talking about, yeah, you African Americans and blah, blah, blah. Well, who the fuck is you? You not from here. And I don't give a fuck if the immigrants is making a difference in America and African Americans is quote unquote lazy. Watch your mouth, fam. Like, you know that you have a nuanced experience as being an immigrant versus someone who is from America. Like, when Hafiz had the conversation, I knew the dude was African. Something just told me that this dude was African. But I sat up there and said, let him talk. Let him say what he wants to say. He wants to advocate for marriage and all that other stuff. Let him talk. The other people that came around and wanted to have the conversation about the Black community, I didn't say anything. I let dudes rock. I didn't make it a conversation about them being African because I didn't care. You understand? Especially people I dignify as family. That I say is family is actually African. And we're not blood related. And even they know the nuances between a Black American and being African. See, this is something that happened that's going to be coming up soon in the coming months when we had to have a conversation about Juneteenth. And why African Americans that lived on this land felt some type of way about Africans celebrating Juneteenth. You understand? And all I'm saying to that dude is, in particular, the one that's on Lapeef network, I wish your bum ass would keep talking shit about Black Americans on that network. And you don't even understand that you stand around Black Americans having the conversations on Black issues. All that sense of entitlement, you lived on this land from immigrants. You're not from here. It was us that put in the background the footing for y'all to be here. Whether we're talking in 1960s or before then. And the funny thing is, like I told people, the funny thing is when I hear these conversations, dog, like the quote unquote ADOS dudes, whether you're a passport bro or you're not a passport bro, whether you're a passport bro, you're from the manosphere, or you just some random so-called Black person that decides to go up on streams. It's like I always say, you guys take all these ADOS issues and you talk about it on a stream with someone who's not even ADOS. You'll have a conversation with someone who's mixed. You'll have a conversation with someone who is not even your people, but is still identified as a Negro. To have these conversations. And then want to claim, oh, well, you know, I'm sick and tired of people just butting in and, you know, saying what they're saying and blase, blase, blah. Like, where are y'all when it comes to these? Like, what is it? Well, I don't get it. I don't frankly understand. All I'm saying. Peace, the cynical one. So my thing is, if you ADOS dudes are the ones that sit up there telling me that you want this to be intrusive, or I guess you want to keep this with inside the family, then shut the fuck up when you hear Nigerians and the rest of them having a conversation about blackness. Tell them don't say nothing at all. Don't say a damn thing. And especially that brother, that misguided brother that was talking all that shit from Lapeef Network. Don't say nothing no more. Go ahead in the spaces where Nigerians is allowed. Don't come around black Americans having conversations. You entitled prick. That's it and that's all. Nothing else should be said about it. Moving on. But that's my odds on having a conversation about that white lady that sat up there and made a conversation about that. I was sitting there like, yo, y'all are something else, yo. You know what I mean? All right, so to guide in, because Cynical One, you just came in. So you know what's going on in the spaces, quote unquote. We were having a conversation about the infamous white lady that had that interview with Nick Fuentes. And, you know, a bunch of dudes is getting in their fifis now because of the fact that she made that remark about slavery and about black Americans. You know, I watched a little bit of it, and then I had seen that, you know, people were sitting up there saying, well, you know, slavery and da-da-da, this and the third. And I'm just sitting back like, bro, y'all always get sensitive about conversations when it comes to a white person talking about slavery. And I'm not, you know, I'm not doing this for clout. I try not to mention people's names, but we all know that yesterday, homegirl ran a stream. JX did. I said, y'all niggas sit up there and have conversations with that chick. She's in the UK. You niggas is in America. Get your life together. Yeah, you're more than welcome. Tell me what you think about that fiasco. I mean, I know if you feel comfortable in it, and you could do it in the chat if you want. You know what I mean? But the thing about it is like, yo, y'all, it's the sense, it's the fragility of black people when it comes to the conversation about slavery. It's always like that. You know what I mean? A white person can say something about slavery, racist. And you'll be sitting there like, oh boy, like they could say one thing and they be like, why did you let this white person in? Lord have mercy. Why did you do it? And then they feel some type of way because this is a white woman that has a pretty much a predominantly so-called black cast on her show. But what I said is that she comes from black dudes. Black dudes put her on. Kevin Samuels put her on. She had a debate with Hafiz. No, you don't have to hit the panel. You could just type it. It's cool. But my thing about it is like, I heard the conversations today and yesterday, you know, a lot of these logical fallacies that came in when talking about that woman. And then, you know, shout outs to, I'm gonna name names now. Shout outs to Pastor. You know, I rock with Pastor. Do your thing, Playboy. I see you doing your thing. I want you to do the best on that exam. I hope you get to where you need to get to. But it's a logical fallacy to bring in conversations that don't need to be in. It's like I said yesterday on the stream, Jay's stream. I said, a lot of you dudes talk all this shit about women coming around. And I said, y'all had a problem with the white girl and you had a problem with the British girls panel that I'm on right now. So y'all always say, it always goes back to, well, they don't show their face. They don't this, that. And I'm not being a defense force for her, but I think it's utterly ridiculous. We still have to have this conversation 3 to 4 years later. I don't cam up. I mean, it's not important, I guess, because I don't have 20K or 30K worth of subscribers. And plus, I'm a little known channel as Bronzebird. I don't cam up. Does that mean that my message is not worth having? Does it mean that I shouldn't have a conversation or it's not important what I say because I'm not cammed up? Like right now, I'm on trial. I've been on trial for the last year because I'm gonna call this the Latino gate. Because apparently a lot of people believe that I'm Latino. And I'm like, bro, where's the evidence that I've ever proven that I'm Latino? Like, okay, look at my avatar, right? This avatar right here, No Wasteland, Tierra Sin This is a picture I took. You know what I'm saying? It was in Brooklyn. right? Like, y'all fool me, right? So whatever. That's basically, if you want to get the gist of what I'm talking about, that's one thing I talked about, right? And also what I was talking about, cynical one, I was also talking about how I don't like how Nigerians or Africans, or I was giving off to the fact that there are nuances between African Americans and Africans, in which I was irritated because you had a Nigerian, shout out to Baller X who put up the clip. You had a Nigerian who has a whole entire segment on Lapeef Network who was talking shit about African Americans. And so far people got mad because the white girl was sitting up there talking about how African immigrants will work hard, or they do this, that, and third as compared to African Americans or Black Americans. That's always been a stigma that's been heard, right? And so the thing about it is, this is two different incidents, but they coincide with each other because it's the same message being relayed, right? And so my thing about it is, what I was talking about was, I don't like how you Nigerians are always able to have a seat at the table. We don't say shit. Even looking through history, we don't say shit. We just be like, you know, cool. You having your conversation. You're a Nigerian. I'm a Black American. It is what it is. Shout out to Alonzo. And I have no problem because I don't have hatred in my heart towards anyone. I'm a misanthrope. No, excuse me. I don't have hatred, but I have a strong dislike for people. That's in my real life. That's online. That's why when you hear me get so aggressive, it's me thinking at the fact of the matter. A lot of people are dumb. A lot of people are dumb, entitled pricks who believe that what they're saying is gold. They're not modest. They have a projection. They put on all of these type of labels to make it seem as if they are all that in a bag of chips. Right? And so my thing was, I don't like how you have Nigerians in particular that constantly want to have a conversation about Black Americans and shit on Black Americans. Knowing the fact of the matter, you came from another country to come over here to start a new life, and you're a third and fourth generation. Don't shit on the backs of Black Americans that's made it in life and done all these different things. And like I said, I get it. I'm desensitized to different sort of Negroes, right? I'm desensitized to Caribbeans. I'm desensitized to Africans, more specifically Western Africans. One of my favorite rappers growing up was Papoose, and I found out he was Liberian, right? Right now, the mayor of our city is Jamaican descent, okay? And I don't care. They're just so-called Black people to me. You know what I mean? I have no problem. So it boggles my mind, the rhetoric that will come out these Nigerians' mouths when they keep talking that shit. And the thing about it is, this is where I have to get at Lapeef, and I have to get at probably Lapeef and Anton. I don't understand, if you brothers are Black Americans, how come you didn't check that dude? Like, the dude really came on a panel, like, chosen on some violent shit. Like, word, like, you... Like, son, like, I would have been like...
Cut that bitch off! Next caller!
No, Papoose is not... Papoose, come to find out, Papoose is not ADOS. I thought that too, but he is Liberian. But either way, if you understand how the slave trade, or the narrative of the slave trade, Western Africans, certain Western African countries is actually related to ADOS, right? And so that's the reason that have such a profound effect of saying I don't got beef, because the thing about it is that they technically are related to us. Even if you go down the lineage of the 12 tribes of Israel, you still have a lost tribe that's located in Nigeria, right? So that's the reason I'm like, I can tolerate, you know, Western Africans, but I have to really be real. Anton and Lapeef should have checked that dude. I'm just keeping it real. They should have checked that dude, because I would have checked them. And that's the thing. Like, I don't understand why it's cool for homeboys to be talking out their neck and nobody likes to check them for the things they said. They could have told homeboy. I'm like, what generation are you? Because it seems like he's in his 40s. You know, he has a name in his name. It's called Trigger. So you already know that his whole entire proposition is to troll. His what is it? Operandus Mondi. I'm sorry, I'm getting all his MO basically, I guess, is to be provocative on his show and to basically trigger a lot of people into what he's saying, right? But the thing about it is, I'm tired of certain cats that is not paying respect to, I guess, who you call ADOS or FBA, being outright disrespectful when it doesn't call for it. Because just like I would check someone like Tariq, I would check him too. We let Nigerians be in the conversation. Who do you think Michi X is? Michi X is half Nigerian, half white in America. Right? Since everybody loves to talk about this girl all day long, Jessica X is fucking Nigerian and Italian. And you niggas are trying to compare some random ass British shorty to sit up there talking about she put an X in her name because it's on some Malcolm X shit. That chick chose X because it was about kisses and hugs, bro. Like, niggas thought Jessica X was throwing up the motherfucking the Black Power flag because her ass is half black. Like, come on, bro. That wasn't the reason. It was about X and O, X and O. Even I knew that before I got to know who she is. Michi X is the one that chose to put the X moniker in her name as a way to talk about fight the revolution, fight for our people. Yes, Michi X is half Nigerian, half white. Facts. You know who said it? Her mom. She told us the story. Her mom's is Nigerian. Her dad is white. Okay? That's what she said. That's what she said on her streams. And still she fights for the American people. See, that's the reason I don't beef with Nigerians. Because if you want to get into the progress of so-called black people in America, I understand. We need a lot of work. Especially us as so-called black Americans. And if you understand that what's happened through time, a lot of people that was involved in the civil rights movement were not ADOS. Malcolm X, contrary to belief, his lineage was told that he was not ADOS, that his mom's was Guyanese. His father, they don't have a real record of, but it was told that he is half Guyanese. Now, they sit up there and they say Martin Luther King was ADOS, even though a lot of people may say that Martin Luther King was actually, his lineage actually comes from an Aboriginal American tribe, right? Someone like Farrakhan also has Caribbean lineage. Still, a lot of people respect the Nation of Islam, Muhammad, all that other stuff that comes into it. But the brother's lineage is Caribbean, right? You have other, MLK is ADOS, but they said that he has some lineage from an Aboriginal tribe, which is the same thing that happened with Jesse Jackson, even though he'll never admit it. It's so to say, or allegedly, Jesse Jackson is reportedly, what's that guy? Cherokee. That reportedly he's Cherokee, right? So that's apparently what was told. Shout outs to Alonzo again. Alonzo, I didn't even peep your comment. I'm peeping it now. Check this out. He said, I thought black YouTube was nothing more than dick and pussy convos. It is. It is. And the thing about it is, bro, my thing about it is this, fam. I ain't got no problem with people starting up their YouTube channel. I try my best to give y'all different topics and different perspectives about different things that's going on in the world. Like, I'm still researching a couple of things, but of course, I got to give y'all, lowbrow content sometimes, bullshit sometimes, so that it feeds into the algorithm, and because I have a strong thought on certain things. But it takes time to research, but the black YouTube seems like it gets into, yes, pussy and dick conversations. Like, when I look at the fight club last night, guess what them niggas is talking about? Them niggas is sitting up there talking about, oh, the educated lame and the nerd and, you know, the black woman and the black man and da-da-da-da, same shit all day. All day. But for whatever reason, about 90 to 95% of the arguments that have happened on the Fight Club or on panels in general is because somebody just decides to interrupt another person. That's why. But black YouTube, absolutely without a shadow of a doubt, dick and pussy conversations. Without a shadow of a doubt. Because it doesn't require research. It's feel-good conversations. Why do you think the business hustle right now is to talk about relationships? And this is not even just talking about so-called black people. Your favorite content creators, even the ones that I mentioned, except Michi X. Why do you think they're able to strike on big on this YouTube platform? Because it's talking about quote-unquote red pill and relationships. Because everybody inadvertently knows that the dating aspect is dead nowadays. You understand? A lot of people know that. Get me? So, brothers that sit back and talk about all this community shit, it's like smoking windows. Like, you know, you brothers know. I don't have to say it. You brothers know. Don't try to pretend like you don't know. You know. But that's the reason why everybody's able to strike large and strike rich off this YouTube stuff. You know, and what I'm getting back to, like I said, man. And hold on, let me see. Alonzo says, all this pull up and ain't none. One dude pulled up on no woman and gave her that wood. Manosphere, passport bros, the Vesta's done. Right. Absolutely, Alonzo. You know what I'm saying? But, all right, so let me just give y'all a rundown of basically how it seems like to me in doing these, you know, investigations or, you know, basically doing an analysis of what I've been seeing. First, it starts off with men complaining about women. Oh, I have a problem with women. The woman don't let me lead. The black community is finished. We weren't respected. We wasn't this. We wasn't that. We need a 2-parent household. Da 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 da. Right? And so I remember somebody said this one thing to somebody said something on a panel, whether it was YouTube and on Instagram. It was either Instagram or it was YouTube. I forgot which one it was. So I heard something like, why are black people pretending like we've always had a 2-parent household? We weren't structured like that. Because even doing the history back in the past, black people are used to having extended families, having the mother and the child having a different father than, you know, this, that, and the third. And you thought about it, you was like, wow, if you really think about it, that's actually true. This is not something that's not original, because there has been dysfunctions with so-called black people. I don't want to say since the dawn of time, but even when I did history and I read this book about life in New York in the early 1900s, the infant rate with black people in the early 1900s was basically close to abysmal. And there was a lot of problems that was happening with black women back then, in which they had to usually work under white people and be a housekeeper under that household. And they had to be away from the man. The man was working hard labor. I forgot what field. I don't know if it was like blacksmith or something like that. I forgot, because it's been a while since I read that book. But basically to say that both the black woman and the black man was in the workforce back in the early 1900s. And even still, the mortality rate for infants back then was not good. There was black women dying from the mortality rates of trying to have a baby in the 1900s. So all I'm saying is, we don't deny that there are 2-parent so-called black households, but as in saying that's the status quo in the Western Hemisphere, it's not, unfortunately. It is a regulatory thing. There was problems in families where the so-called black woman and black man were not together, even if they had kids. And we understand, obviously, today, the Western Hemisphere, it's worse. A lot of people don't want to entertain relationships. A lot of people don't want to get married. A lot of people don't want to do all these different things. We get it. But in terms of so-called black people, you know, and a lot of people is not going to like this. I mean, even if you look at your favorite leaders, quote unquote leaders of the 60s, I want to point to MLK. Martin Luther King was into white girls. Did I say that? Did I say that?
What? What the fuck?
Yeah. Martin Luther King was into white girls. The brother had something established called the Wrecking Crew. Slinging that dick to random white girls. Now, I know a lot of people may be controversial to this. This may be controversial because everybody thinks about, you know, I was about to say Rosa Parks. Goddamn, I'm sorry. His wife. That they had this great relationship and all these different things. But Martin Luther King was into white girls. Deeply into white girls. Infatuated with white girls. And it was off topic, but I'm saying that in regards to the family dynamic with the so-called black community hasn't been great. And then it's like, you know, you'll have Caribbeans that jump into the conversation and say, well, you know, I grew up at da-da-da-da. Wasn't it true? I heard something the other day, like Jamaicans have like an 80% single mother rate or something like that. Shit ain't good out here, fam. For anyone. Whether you're a black American, Caribbean, whatever. And more specifically now, because Gen Z is like, I don't want to have kids. Millennials is like, I don't really want to have kids. Gen X is trying to push millennials to have kids. And it's like, it's over, dog. And then the generation before that, the baby boomers is like, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all mentality is out of place. It's like I see brothers, and I'll see brothers that hop on these streams, God bless. But I'll be seeing brothers that hop on these streams and be talking about the benefit of marriage. And they be like, you know, you young cats and da-da-da. I was in the military and da-da-da. Certain times, the Keisha back in that day was fucking the next door neighbor while the homeboy was at war. Came back home, homeboy suffering with PTSD and sitting up there drinking his liver away and all that other stuff, having problems finding employment in America. And the wife can't take it no more. She's fucking the next door's neighbor. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, y'all want to sit up there and think that times in America was so awesome. And let's say the 40s and the 50s all the way down to the 70s. And it wasn't. It wasn't. At all. But nowadays, what I'm saying to this is that a lot of people are living in a delusion. And they believe that their sense of putting things together is real when it's not. Yeah, a lot of the historical figures is flawed. I agree with that, Cynical One. But I just want to upload some of the comments you made. Right. I'm not romanticizing the past either. Fuck that. You know what I mean? And a lot of people have this false idea of saying that the past was so awesome. The past was so great. And it wasn't. And, you know, I'm going to be doing a reflective off of it soon, right? Because what I want to say is a lot of people want to go up on their high horse and say things like, oh, this generation is so programmed. They're so programmed. It's so programmed. Every generation was programmed. Even my generation, your generation, and the generation before that was programmed. There is nothing different. It's just the type of programs that they decided to implement in order for y'all to fall in line with what they wanted you to see. Because if we're frankly being honest, the civil rights movement was programmed as well. The late 1960s, it was programmed. Contrary to a lot of people's beliefs. You don't know about that free love era and all that shit that gave into the 70s. That was programmed. A lot of the stuff that y'all was sitting up there falling plague to. No, I know. I'm just saying. Yeah, each generation is programmed. Definitely agreed. But the thing about it is, a lot of people are trying to romanticize this idea, like, oh yeah, well, you know, back in the past it was different, da, 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 da. And it probably was different. I'm not denying that each generation was essential to how it was with them growing up. But at the same time, we must not forget that there definitely was a program for each generation. There was, and it's frankly because a lot of brothers want to, and you know, I'm guilty of this as well. You know, I sit up there and I make commentary about women who have OnlyFans. But back in the day, you had thoughts. There was thoughts in every single generation. Just like I said, like I remember making this comment a while ago about how even when it came to jazz in the 1930s, such as things as the Harlem Renaissance, you had an artist, a female artist, that was talking about sucking dick. And then you had another artist that was sitting up there talking about cleaning out pipes. What you thought, like, what you think that was about, fam? A woman in the 1930s on a jazz record sitting up there talking about sucking dick and fucking. Shout outs to Jessica Hicks. Jessica Hicks is a different woman. Jessica Hicks actually was talking about how you had a dude that was calling in the 1930s on a jazz record, I believe the 1930s, where he was sitting up there talking about how all these hoes. Thank you for that, Josephine Baker. Facts. But, you know, especially this morning, we got the weed bum in my chat. She says, Brownstone, I'm gonna put you on 4K, sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? I know, you know, you get those Beyonce tickets for that 1.5K. You know what I'm saying? I got you. Enjoy that concert. You on that Beyonce internet talking wild spicy, son. I see you. You know what I'm saying? But we all know that you're just not gonna be. You're not gonna be Drake's baby mama. It's not gonna work. You're not gonna get backstage, sweetheart. And I want you to win, sugar bum. I really do. I want you to win, but you're just not gonna win, sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? He's just gonna give you a CD of his old records and shit. He's like, you know, add me on that Spotify and shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, fuck that. Sugar bum ain't innocent. You know how much she troll on panels, fam? She be in the chat talking wild spicy, yo. And I be laughing because the shit be hilarious as hell. But she ain't innocent. Fuck wrong with y'all? Yo, stop making excuses for Sugar Bum. She know exactly what her lane is.
Stop it. Get some help.
Come on, fam. That's the Drake baby mama reject right there, Sugar Bum. That's what I'm gonna call her every time, yo. That's a fake ass mammy. You know what I'm saying? Cause she called herself a mammy, so I know I'm not lying on what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Call herself a mammy and shit. You ain't no fucking mammy. You sisterhood all the way, fam. I fucks with you though. I fucks with Sugar Bum. Y'all not cut from the same cloth. Stop it. Cynical One, you like covert sisterhood. Sugar Bum is straight up sisterhood. Stop playing yourself. Alright? But like I said, fam. Go like, well, where y'all asses going? Yeah, where y'all asses going, Cynical One? That's what I want to know. You know what I'm saying? Go on. Be your best self. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. But anyway, I was getting back into the conversation, right? I'm a mammy ass bitch. Shut up. But anyway, all right, going on to what I'm saying, right? So the next order of business, I'm gonna be doing a pre-record on this. I'm gonna be talking about the whole entire Tekashi 6ix9ine situation, right? I'm gonna be talking about that, and I'm going to be talking about the fragility of black people. You know, a lot of people was wishing on the whole entire plague of death of Tekashi 6ix9ine. And why do I bring up Tekashi in this conversation that coincides with that white girl that I was talking about earlier? Because a lot of niggas have no problem bringing in other races into the barbecue or the conversation. They do. Tekashi 6ix9ine is no different. He got his ass beat by his own people, but the fact of the matter is, you let that guy in. Look, Cynical One, we'll be fine without you. You know what I'm saying? Shouts to Brownie Ellie. Shouts to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Shouts to everybody in the chat right now. Appreciate y'all. But What I'm saying is, Tekashi 6ix9ine, whether he's a rat or not, y'all invited him to be into the conversation, dog. Y'all did. It's no way around it. It's no way to not have that conversation and talk about it. You did. And the thing about it is, I've been sitting up there telling people, y'all so mad, and now we can mention names. I'll mention it one time. I know it's going to go in the algorithm. Forgive me, Lord. It is what it is, right? Pearly Things is the woman that I'm talking about. The interview with Nick Fuentes, and then somebody mentioned 22 Jumper. I done sat up there and told y'all, 22 Jumper is a culture vulture. I've said that shit. Now y'all have all these hang-ups and all these different things about 22 Jumper. I done sat up there and told you motherfuckers, 22 Jumper is a culture vulture. And y'all don't listen. This dude has sit up there and talk about, well, I appreciate hip-hop and da-da-da-da-da. Same thing with DJ Vlad. And the funny thing about when y'all was sitting up there talking about DJ Vlad is probably working with the feds. Uh-oh. Probably working with the feds. And you dumb Negroes that would go on his interviews and have the conversation you was having, you told on yourself. You told on yourself. So you think it's not a surprise that, you know, the police was going to show up at your door based on the things that you were saying? The fuck is wrong with you dudes? That was DJ Vlad. And the thing about it is, you want to sit up there and talk about, I don't really want to talk about it, but I want to talk about it. Stupid. It's caught on 4K because it goes on YouTube. What are you talking about? Come on, son. Like, what are you on? Like, you knew that from the jump. But like I said, 22 Jumper is a culture vulture. Pearly Things? I don't know. I'm not going to even say that much on that woman. I'm not going to say, besides the fact about it, she Me Too the black man. Allegedly, right? But my thing about it is this. Allegedly she did. That's what the people is talking about. That's what y'all talking about. But again, this goes back to black fragility. Y'all can't get mad because y'all invite people in. And then because they do something you don't like or say something you don't like, now all of a sudden they a culture vulture. When I've been sitting up there telling people that dude is a culture vulture. Pearly Things, I don't know. Now, if y'all want to say she's a grifter, she's a gentrifier, tell me why she's a gentrifier. I'll drop the link. If y'all want to come up and tell me why you think she's a she's a gentrifier. Because 22 Jumper is definitely a gentrifier and a grifter. No, excuse me, he's a gentrifier. Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. He is. He's without a shadow of a doubt a goddamn gentrifier. You feel me? And the thing about it is like homeboy just be sitting there with his microphone, and then you have those dudes on there looking like hyenas. You know what I'm saying? And I look, this is what makes me cringe. Some of the dudes that's on there, you know, they have no problem saying the word nigga. I be sitting up there looking at these dudes like, are you black? Like, are you an African American or at least a Caribbean? What the fuck are y'all? Like, cause you had some dude on there like just trying to like, he's like a broke that like he's like an upgraded version of that bum ass nigga Sir Ism. Like him and Sir Ism is like twins, right? And the thing about it is, he's like talking all this pimp game this, game that, and then you have some woman named Colin Powell who looks like a woman that came off the surgery table. And I ain't gonna lie to you, Colin Powell, whatever her name is, I don't know how to say her name. I don't know. Because it sounds like I'm saying somebody else Powell, but that's not it. But it's Powell. That shorty looked like a transgender. I'm just saying. What about Africans? What you have to be specific on that, cynical one. What do you mean? What do you mean? How about Africans? Just describe that to me in the chat. Matter of fact, you know what I should do? Just shout outs to Mr. Rucker. Good morning, my brother. Good morning, my brother. I see shout outs. Matter of fact, let me give a salute to Mr. Rucker. Mr. Rucker is gonna be dropping a video today. Make sure you subscribe to that brother's channel because he be coming in with the motherfucking heat. You understand? You know what I mean? Like you know what it is, bro. You know what I mean? He gonna be having some good. He definitely has some great entertainment. Shout out to Mr. Rucker. All right, let me hold on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get pearly things on the screen. I'm gonna give y'all what y'all want, so we can take a look. Cause motherfuckers be roasting her, and I, it's funny as shit. You know what I'm saying? It's funny as shit, yo. I'll put this on my screen, son. Let me put this on my screen real quick, dog. So check this out. Look, and I mean, look, check it out, yo. Cause I don't know who, cause you know it's certain brothers that's thirsty. All I said was, just pearly things look like she can be on a WNBA team. That's all I said. You can check out my last stream. It's time stamped and all that. I said, yo, that's all I said, yo. I don't know who your YouTube twin is. Wait, not my love, Lily linebacker. Y'all stupid. Y'all are so stupid, yo. I can't. Y'all too much. But okay, is it Colin Powell? I think that's who it is. Let me type it up on the screen. Nah, it's not Colin Powell. I'm bugging. Sorry, I got the wrong name, y'all. Y'all gotta forgive me. I said Colin Powell. Lord have mercy. But okay, going back to what I'm saying. It's these dudes that be on 22 Jumper, and I just be sitting up there like, yo, what are y'all on? Hold up, podcast, right? Let's see them. All right, I got y'all. Who would you? Oh, okay, you talking shit. You just mad. Sugar Bum just mad that Drake came around with that hot sauce and a condom, and she wasn't able to get those goods and get those genes inside of her womb. You feel what I'm saying? Fuck out of here. Look, I think it's this. Oh, Selena Powell. That's who it is. Selena Powell. This chick look crazy. Look at this bitch. This bitch look like a tranny. And I know she's not, but like, bruh, like, she look crazy. Look, this is one thing I gotta say about women, y'all women, yo. I don't know what is up with y'all, man. But y'all need to stop getting cosmetic surgery. Because if you haven't understood, when it comes to cosmetic surgery, it makes y'all look unattractive. More than what y'all did before y'all got it. You feel me? Like, this horrible example, that shit don't even look like it's tattoos. It looks like graffiti on her body. Nigga, you wildin'. This nigga wildin', bro. Marquise, you are definitely wild. You trolling me, bro. You trolling me. You trolling, yo, you trolling me. I hope you trolling. If you not, yo, I hope you trolling me, dog. You trolling. But yeah, that's Selena Powell. I said Colin Powell. Forgive me, y'all. It's Selena Powell. She look crazy. You feel me? So I forgot. I remember Cynical One just said something to me. Let me see what it is that she said. Okay, going back to the conversations. Don't black Africans get the N-word pass? And you know, honestly, I feel like they do. For some odd reason, it doesn't bother me if an African says the word nigga. It doesn't offend me. I don't get mad. Just like Caribbeans, like, cause how it's like with Caribbeans is like my cousin. It's like our cousins. So I'm like, if a Caribbean, Jamaican, a Haitian, or, you know, whoever says the N-word, I'm like, so what? Those are our cousins. Or Dominicans and Puerto Ricans. I don't care if they say it. You know what I mean? I mean, shout outs to another YouTube content creator. He doesn't like that because he's straight up ADOS. He's like, nah, y'all can't be saying that shit. You feel what I'm saying? We don't do that here. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that here. We don't allow that. You know what I'm saying? But Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, I don't care because they're mixed. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you still have Puerto Ricans that look just like me. You know what I mean? Or Dominicans that look just like me. And Sugar Bum, that's a goddamn lie. Have you heard of BBLs? This is what I mean, yo. Weed bums stay trying to protect the sisterhood with your lame ass, yo. Fuck out of here. You know damn well black women get surgery. Fuck out of here. Like, you haven't heard of BBLs. You kidding me? BBL results. Let's type that up. BBL is going wrong. I bet you there's a black woman in the photo. Say I'm lying. I dare you. Look at this one. Bro, look at this. This is a black woman right here from the UK with that nice little weave. The one that you got in your avatar, son. What you talking? Yo. DC women worship New York niggas. Fuck out of here. Yo, I'ma let Sugar Bum want the smoke. I'm all for the smoke. You got the right one, son. Fuck you talking? I'm with the shits, yo. We can go. Out here talking about New York niggas. We ain't soft. You soft. Right, yo, let me tell y'all something. A lot of y'all that talk all this shit about New York dudes, yo, y'all like New York dudes. Alright? Don't sit here and try to lie on my panel and shit, son. We know what it is. You know what it is. Shout outs to Alonzo again. He says, I know a girl who got her body done, then bragged about it on Facebook. Exactly. Exactly. Dark-skinned Asians be saying the N-word in Texas. It's wild. Right. Even Italians, even Italians be pushing it. You feel what I'm saying? Italians over here in New York could be pushing it. They'll be sitting up there saying the N-word or, you know, sometimes a mook or something like that. But, you know, usually so-called white people in New York usually correct themselves, especially if you have those gentrifiers that come to New York and live in the black hoods. They don't even want to be near a so-called black person. They will take their ass on a train, go to work and go home, run, bike, and all that other shit. They will not say nothing to so-called black people. They are scared. They walk their dogs. They don't. You ever seen these frantic white women? They walk outside with their little poodles and their little dogs that got all that fur and shit. You know what I'm saying? Nice little curly fur. Got that 3A, 3B fur and shit. Be sitting up there walking outside with their dogs. Let a pit bull come down the block. They like, nah, yo, I gotta go across the street. I'm telling you, dog. They will go across the street, yo. I'm telling you. Y'all up in NYC getting called niggas by everybody. That's not true. Ain't you from DC? Like, what's up with DC women, Sugar Bum? Come on, son. Come on, son. That's not true. That's a cap. That's a fucking
C-A-P. Cap. Cap. C-A-P. Cap.
That's a cap, yo. Stop talking shit. What the funk is this says they say mooly or spick. Well, spick refers to Hispanics. So when they call somebody a spick, you know this, but a spick refers to talking about Puerto Ricans or Dominicans. But like, it's weird hearing anybody call somebody a spick in New York. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, Dominicans and Puerto Ricans say nigga like nothing. You know what I'm saying? And their last name is Andes, Martinez, Rodriguez, all that other stuff, and they say word nigga just like I do. You know what I mean? Word. Let's Marquise, let's cut ass on DC women. They're the branch off of Baltimore women out there looking like Snoop from from The Wire. The fuck out of here. Like, I've been to DC. Sugar Bum want the smoke. I'll give you that smoke right now, son. I'm gonna cut your ass, nigga. I'm gonna cut your ass, yo. I fucks with Sugar Bum, but you gonna get this smoke, and it's all out of love, cause you in the YouTube comments right now talking shit, yo.
YouTube come and fight. You don't even wanna get into this. YouTube come and fight. They're using all caps for emphasis.
Yeah, DC women out there always rocking dreads, sitting up there coming through with their incense. And then if it's not the little women that's supposed to be dainty and feminine and all that other stuff, it's the dykes that's out there. You ever seen a DC dyke? Yo, I'm telling you. You can talk, yeah. Go ahead, talk shit about New York City women. We know that women out here in New York is masculine. That's facts. But let's be real, Sugar Bum. Let's keep it a stack. If it was women from New York versus women from DC, New York City women would beat y'all ass. Facts. And your little dyke crew too. Facts. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Y'all DC women be having tattoos with the third eye and be having little chakras on the top of y'all chest. I'm gonna cut your ass. Yo, DC women, if their hairstyles isn't What did they try to do? They try to do the curly hair and shit like that. But usually DC women is always rocking dreads, yo. Always rocking locks, nigga. Don't tell me I'm lying. Yo, fam. They be, yo, shout outs to DC women. Shout outs to DC women that be wearing onesies with locks, yo. Y'all be wearing locks with, y'all be wearing locks with Jordan 1s. DC women be going to poetry fest and shit like that. Be still a thought at poetry fest up there posting on IG. Yo, that's DC women. Yo, don't say it. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Sugar Bum, you know damn well I'm not lying. Y'all women be out there, sit up there going to poetry fest, be sitting up there getting y'all soul touched. Fuck out of here. Then be going to the club the next day. And then you have the little bougie black people that live in Prince County. Right? Yo, facts. DC women be lifting weights using crystals. Yo. DC women, look, listen. DC women be the most pro-black lesbians I've ever seen, yo. They be the most pro-black lesbian and bisexual women I've ever seen in my life, yo. I used to be out there in Friendship Heights, be going down to DC and downtown DC, seeing all them DC women, son. Fuck you, be. Be sit up there, be working out with their third eye. I'll give you that. He said they wear Timbs to bed in NYC. You damn right. I put my fitted cap to the side of the bed, nigga. Yo, facts. New York City niggas have permit caps. All right, I'll give you that. Permit caps with the cargos and Tim boots. Now what? You haven't listen. You want to cut ass? New York City niggas got Timbs, got the black Air Forces, and got the permit caps with the Yankee on the front, yo. The Yankee logo on the front. But DC women, yo, y'all be doing cunnilingus to indie songs. Sugar Bum know about that shit. Sugar Bum, that's why Sugar Bum want to go to that Beyonce concert for 1.5K. She trying to be bougie. She don't want to be around the crystal thoughts. The IG thoughts. I'm gonna cut y'all ass, nigga. Yo. Shout outs to DC women that wear the onesie and got the nipple piercings. You feel what I'm saying? Oh shit. Shout outs to Anti-Social Socialite Podcast. What's good, love? You know what I'm saying? Word. Yo, first of all, we gotta give it up to DC women. DC women was the first ones to highlight their armpit hair. They was the first ones to have light blue or pink as their armpit hair, yo. Shout outs to DC women with the onesies. Now they rock the Uggs with the onesie, fam. NYC women have more testosterone than bronze. Nah, that's a lie. Sugar Bum, if you gonna come after the New York City women, you gotta be careful. Cause if Juju is around, Juju gonna roast your ass up, nigga. Fuck that shit. Oh shit. Shout outs to Azor. Oh man, I'm just kicking this shit, y'all. Y'all are awesome this morning, man. You can have spelled it wrong, cynical one. You meant to say anti-social socialite, not anti-social Brownsburg. God damn, where you at? Them DC women want to use they straps on. That's them dykes, bro. They out here looking like Snoop. Yo, look, listen. They out here looking like Snoop from The Wire. You know how Baltimore, because once the Baltimore women come down to DC, is a different story. I don't understand how Baltimore accent is, man. The way that y'all pronounce you is crazy. You, how do Baltimore people pronounce their words? I need to know that. Have a nice sleep, cynical one. Have a nice sleep. DC women want a peg and toss salad. I'm telling you, I think, yo, in my honest opinion, I think DC women was the first feminists, yo. They're the first dominatrix. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is for the DC women out there. You know, two. Good morning, Complex. What's going on, man?
Yo, bro, you hear me, man?
Yeah. What's going on, bro?
Oh man, nothing much. Just fucking getting up finally.
We out here just chatting shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, Sugar Bum was talking shit. I had to let her know about DC women. You know, I was just like, don't do it, because she would have talked shit about New York women.
Yeah, all them chicks y'all be looking at. They be looking like, what's his name? Manny Fresh from Captain. No, Manny Fresh, like he be looking like all them stud lesbians. Hey, you know what? The thing about it is he's a dude, so he's supposed to look how he looks. That's the thing.
But it's a different story.
They look like him.
But that's what I'm saying. They look like Manny Fresh. They look like Manny Fresh with dreads, though. That's what I was
dreads,
saying.
Dude. Yeah, Manny Fresh with dreads.
You know what I mean? Like, Sugar Bum trying to make a stupid comeback. NYC men look up to Saucy Santana. No, the fuck we don't. That's Atlanta. What you mean?
I mean, you know, it's weird, dude, when like women say that men look up to dudes that are in women's circles. Like that's not like an insult, really, because that's just totally not true.
It's not
like,
true. Men
who literally dress up and act like women hang around women.
Right.
Like, what is that? Like, you know, that's one of the weirdest pseudo insults a woman could tell a guy. Well, you know, you guys probably look up to that. It's like, what?
I know, like you know, it's like I'm supposed to be insulted by that. Like, okay,
like no,
right?
No, I wouldn't be found nowhere near my circle of homies, man. Like, yo, that's your people's.
Yo, you know what? Hold that thought for a second, bro. You know, this is actually right about DC women, right? So we looking at Manny Fresh, right? Because this reminds me of a butch that's in my neighborhood, right?
I told you, dude.
This dude, right? But then also you got Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg would be the perfect definition for a DC woman.
Ugh.
Oh shit.
Whoopi
Goldberg, yo.
God damn.
God damn. Did I do that?
I gotta tell you, man, I think I just flew into DC one time. It was like on a layover or something. I've never like been there to visit or hang out, you know. So I can't speak for the quality of women there. So.
Yeah, shout outs to Cynical One. Cynical One, stop hating. That's not true. If you love NYC men, you also love Bronzeberg. Cut that out. Bullshit. Anyway, like, come on, man. I hate the cap, yo. I gotta give this to Cynical One this morning since she wants to be on that bullshit.
EAP. Cap. 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 Cap.
Yeah, but yeah, man, that's the whole entire thing about DC women. I remember going down there a long time ago because one of my family members used to live down there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I know the whole entire vibe of what it is with DC women. I get it. Especially around Howard University and stuff like that. Yeah, I know the vibes. Trust me, I know the vibes.
Yeah.
You know, the only way you're different is if you in PG County. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man.
You know, I'm West Coast, man. You know, it's always been a bit different over here.
No, of course. It
like in the East, or like back East, man. It's literally it's like New York chick, Boston, Jersey, DC, right. Baltimore, Carolina. It's literally Philly, right? Everyone is different. I've heard Philly is the worst to deal with. This is just what I've heard.
You said Philly chicks is what?
I heard that Philly chicks are the worst.
You know something? When I went to Philly, like last year, or the year before, I remember getting on a train. Out there, right? I guess it's the MFL, the Market Favorite line or something like that. And I was out there, And I can remember it was this Philly chick that was dead ass cursing somebody out on the phone. And you know how you see those times when you see those chicks that look at their phone while they yelling at it?
Yeah.
That's what she was doing. And I was just like, yo, if this is what it's like being in Philly, it's no difference than how it is in New York. They do the same. They do the same shit. Yeah, they yell at their phone. They be yelling at their baby fathers and all that other stuff. They be on the train just yelling. I be like, damn.
Well, you know,
son.
we don't have trains or nothing like that, but that is kind of universal. I've seen that out here, like at a store or something, like at a grocery store or some shit.
I didn't go to LA yet, but it's terms as the ladies from the West Coast. The only vibes that I got off of them is like they're chill. But like if you come to New York and stuff like that, you gotta go to the suburbs to pretty much find more of a relaxed woman and stuff like that. You know what I mean? In the ultimate city, you ain't gonna find that. Like just the other day, I was just looking at my Instagram, and I seen it was on somebody's story, and I could tell she's a New York woman because automatically the first word she said out of her mouth on that short was, you know, respectfully, suck my dick. And I'm like, yo, see, damn, yo. Like,
I
why?
mean,
Why
you have to be a special type of masculine woman to literally utter something like that, literally with no sort of, you know, like I assume she said it like, and she wasn't joking either.
No, she like it was one of those. Yeah, she was just in her car. She was just in her car, yo. And all I can remember is she didn't even. It just started off just like that. It was like a 5 to 10 second clip, I swear. And all she did when she was in that car, she was like, yo, respectfully, suck my dick. And I'm like, oh, yo, damn, son.
What if that chick is trans, dude? Just saying.
No. This was an actual woman, bro. Like, nah, because
okay,
it's
well,
a universal language. Yeah, but it's a universal language in New York. I'm used to it. Like, I'm used to hearing women in New York sitting up there saying, suck my dick. Like,
suck my phallus?
Yeah, suck my phallus. Like,
dude,
hold on. And before we do all this, Juju, let's be real. Juju, your homegirl, Sugar Bum, the DC shorty with the dreads, bet you she got a tattoo of her chakras on there.
Wait, she's a DC chick?
Who? Sugar Bum?
Yeah.
Sugar Bum is a DC chick. I bet you she got locks.
Shit, that explains everything.
That explains it.
Yeah, that explains everything. You know what? It's not even her fault, dude.
If Juju's from New York, Sugar Bum was talking shit about you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She was talking shit. I'm just saying, yo. But yeah, bro. Yeah, she's from DC. I you know what I think?
Makes sense.
You know how they got the cap? They got the cap, and then they wear the weave on top of the cap or the wig on top of the cap, and then when they take it off, they got the locks. Facts. Fact. That's what I think DC women do. I think DC women do that with pride, yo. They have the cap, they have the weave, and then they take it off, and they got the locks with the different colors. Like, there's usually they bleach the locks, they bleach the tips, and then that be they shit.
I had a joke, man, but I'm not even gonna say it, man.
Oh, it's free fall. It's all the smoke. Sugar Bum wanted this violence, so I'm gonna do that. Let me see if I can type in DC women.
Now that I know she's from DC, dude, there's no reason for me to say anything.
No, I'm saying, because I've been out there, so I was like, you want the smoke, son? I'll give you the smoke.
Well, I mean, I've seen the Manny Fresh women before. I've seen them. I know what those are like, and DC has a lot of those. So
they do. I've been out there, yo. It's definitely a fact. Of course, you have like the uppity so-called black women that live in DC. They have their hairstyles like this, the curls and all that other stuff. That's probably because they don't live in DC. They live in Maryland. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the same thing. And this is the perfect example. This is Sugar Bum, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sugar Bum right here with them goddamn head wraps and them little dashiki looking ass little pants and shit.
What is that? What is that? A Black Girl Magic Summit?
That's a Black Girl Magic. That's the Black Girl Rally. The Black Women Rally.
Black Girl. Black girl
Yo.
magic seance.
Let me find out sugar bummers around her friends that be wearing them shorts, them jean shorts and the Birkenstocks and shit. With the head wraps. God damn. Yo, I can't with y'all.
There was a time back in like the late 90s, early 2000s where chicks like that were on point, like the earthy chick.
Yeah.
You know, they were kind of rocking with the whole sort of like Lauryn Hill sort of Neil. So I knew a bunch. Some of those chicks were like in my peer group at the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays, if you see those dudes, they're queer.
Yeah. Yo, bro.
You see those now.
Without
like,
a shot of a doubt, bro. They are queer as fuck.
Yeah, they're queer as hell, dude.
Like, see, so it's like this, bro. Like, the one chick that I remember that I was mesmerized by, that's in the West Coast, she kind of give off that earthy girl vibe, right? She's like a florist, but she's straight. And that's like an anomaly. You feel what I'm saying?
No.
As compared to the... No, I'm talking about as in the ones I've ever, like, really met that's into that whole entire earthy girl vibe. Them chicks that's like that, some chick I used to mess with, she was bisexual. And I was like, yeah, exactly. Prove my point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Chick out of Brooklyn, man. She used to have all the incense and all that other shit and wear the hair wraps.
See, there's like that strange expression of it, dude, and then there's like more of a natural expression of it. You know, I uploaded a video of my channel like last weekend, dude. My daughter was like, she came in the garage, and I forgot what I was doing here, and she says, "Dad, you have a green aura." And I said, "What?" She goes, "Yeah, your aura is green."
See,
And I was like,
get that.
And I was like, "You can see auras?" And she was like, "Yeah, they're all different colors. And yours is green." And I said, "Well, what does that mean?" She says, "I don't know. Look it up." So I looked it up, dude, and it was spot on, bro. It basically said if you have a green aura, you're a hardworking nature lover.
You see, all right. This is the thing. I was having a I'm glad because that reminded me of something. Because I was getting in this conversation with my bro, and I was like, yo, you think it's true that, not necessarily as men, but just as people, right? That there's a such thing as a god energy or like a king energy?
Oh, wait, say that again?
I was saying, like, do you think there's a such thing as like a god energy or a king energy?
A king energy?
Yeah, king energy. Like you said, you see how your daughter sat up there and said you have a green aura, right? So
yeah,
a lot of people say energies and all those different things. Like naturally, you know, I'm into intuition and all that other stuff. But my homeboy was telling me about this, and we was having a back and forth convo about it. And we was basically saying like we command respect without doing much, right? And so we was getting into this topic about energies, right? The God energy, that, and also I was doing my research, right? Because you had so many dudes that was talking about being a Sigma male. So I was like, wait a minute.
Well, not that shit.
I think I actually identify as being a Sigma male because a lot of the traits make sense. And so I was trying to see if I can correlate that with the whole entire energy prospects. You know what I'm saying? So I was asking you, do you think there's a such thing as a king energy or God energy?
Well, okay. Okay. God energy in the most literal sense, meaning that we're animate beings, right? Right. Spiritual beings have a human experience or what have you. See, so when I hear God energy, I more or less contextualize it in more of like the frame of you are actually like life in motion. But see, that's very, very, very macro, right? That doesn't have sort of like this sort of street context to it, the street context to quote unquote God or king energy. Okay, that's some human made up shit. Like king energy, like none of the people espousing king energy or any women saying, I need a male king energy. Dude, none of them have never been in the presence of a king to know what that is. It's just a bunch of, it's just shit that people say, bro. Like when my daughter said, "I can see your aura." Okay, that's the auric field is a very real thing. That's in science. Science has proven it, and then it's also research has shown that people can see auras. Okay, so if we're talking like the colors of your auric field, well, the science backs that up. Okay, so
Right.
it kind of fucked my head up when my daughter said, "I can see yours." I'm like, "Damn." All right. Now, if my daughter told me I had, "Dad, you have king energy," I'd have been like, "Where the hell you get that from?"
See, so all right, Sigma male, like,
And
so
the whole Sigma thing, that's just look, it's the constructs of social hierarchy, right? The sexual social hierarchy, right? Alpha, beta, sigma, beta reticulin, and all that other crap, right? Alpha Centauri. That stuff. Those are, once again, dude. Those are contexts. Those are like constructs that are like completely human creation. They can have applications in society, but I mean, just you being you, walking out in the world amongst people that don't know you, who makes these determinations on this shit?
So do you think it's basically like when that came in, the whole entire, it says the socio-sexual hierarchy ranks. So
Yeah.
do you think like that's just something somebody created and everybody just caught on to it?
Well, it's a very general way to sort of like describe the different classes of men, right? But I think what happens is that sometimes people take this type of shit way too literal, right? As if humans aren't like capable of a range of emotions, right? If we don't, we have like our talents, our strong suits, and then we have the things that we're not so good at, right? So just for example, you could be like the most alpha dude, right? And I don't know, let's just say on the football field or what have you, right? But see, when you get on the baseball field, you can't hit a baseball to save your life. Okay, all of a sudden you're like low man on the totem. Everybody makes you look stupid because you suck at it, right? So who's really alpha in that situation? So contextually, man, this stuff is, I just try to be like the most balanced person.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's with me as well. Because I just be like, look, it is what it is, right? Like, too many times it's like dudes are, especially us as men, like we're not to. I think us as men, we ain't supposed to be trying to be in the in crowd with shit. Like we supposed to be the trailblazers. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, you got to understand, dude. That's an individual emphasis, bro. Humans, 85% of all humans, dude, are followers of some kind. That's all humans, male and female.
Right.
Like, not everybody's meant to like lead. Not everybody's meant to like blaze a trail. That's not in everybody, bro.
You know why I said that? I guess I'm thinking about like, I was gonna say the social cues, but like you see how it'd just be, I don't know, I guess a movement that happens, or I guess because in my mind, of course, I'm thinking about the high value man shit, and it's just like, nah, fam, like, I feel like us as men, we speak, we do, like we ain't trying to give into a hashtag or nothing like that. We just do. You know what I mean? So that's my mind state on it. I guess that's what I was thinking about when I said that.
Yeah, but that's the thing, dude, because it's not all men, and because it's not all men, what you should always do also is be mindful of like what groups of men you associate yourself with.
Facts.
Right? Because a lot of dudes, like literally like in this black YouTube space or whatever, dude, they all subscribe to all these hashtags. You know what I mean? It's in their little avatar handles, passport this and you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, these dudes are some of the biggest fucking followers, man. And dude, and look, and vice versa, the chicks will get up, you'll get in the chats and whatever, and get on the panels and literally parrot the same shit the last 100 chicks said.
That's
no original thoughts, no concept, no original thoughts or concepts at all, dude. No inkling that you have a fucking brain that works independently, of others.
Yeah, and it's ironic. It's ironic, yo. It's like, this is off topic, but similar to like what we were saying. It's like I try to support like new content creators, especially like our people. But then I look at the content and I'll be like, God damn, it's the same everywhere I go. Like, God damn, like I'm trying because I want to give y'all a chance. And I was like, I'll share your video, I'll do this, I'll do that, because I really want to do that. But it just be like the content. I'll be like, y'all be driving me nuts. I'll be like, yo, it's the
Like,
same
dude, you guys,
shit.
You guys talk about the same shit. You think the same thoughts
damn.
about the same shit. God damn, you're a bunch of fucking clones.
Yeah, bro. It's like I'm expecting to come into something new, and I'm like, oh, I see you. You got the microphone, you got the headphones, you got a panel of like 7 to 8 people. The topic.
Let's talk about these modern women.
Exactly. I'm
It's like, wait a minute, that's the same damn thing.
It's like it was one that I was viewing yesterday, and I was extra happy because the icon, the logo. The logo of the icon said, I think it said 718 or something like that, and it had the Brooklyn. It had Brooklyn on there. So I was like,
oh shit, stand up. BK.
Okay, let's go. Like New York. Like I love Brooklyn. So I'm like, then I looked at it and it said submission is queen. I was like, fuck, bro.
Oh. And it's like it's a bunch of those rough ass chicks from New York on the panels, like all tatted up.
No, they was from New York.
I'm only gonna be submissive to a nigga that can bring out my femininity. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? I'll roll his blunt, nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
Because ironically, fam, it's like every day I like go outside and shit, like the place I'm at now. It's like one of them that I know got that type of attitude and demeanor, but they don't. It's not like you gotta catch her in a real bad moment for her to be on some shit where she's like, respectfully, suck my dick. But like, you gotta catch her. You gotta catch her in that mode though, because I be peeping, because I be quiet as hell when I'm at work. But the thing about it is though, when I was on this panel, you had a shorty that had just a short haircut, had the Caesar, and I don't know if she was in a relationship or not. I'm just hearing the panel. I'm like, what the fuck? And these people was like in their 40s and 50s, and I'm just like, yo, what are we doing? I don't want to talk about submission again from unworthy niggas that don't know shit about just maintaining their manhood around a woman.
Well, it's bad, dude. When you're like you're 40, you're like 50 years old and shit. Dude, I'll be 46 this year, right? Yeah, right. You like will never see me on. You never see me doing this shit, right? I'm just like, there's no point.
There is no point. Like,
well, it's not even like I want to, but there's no point, so I don't. It's kind of like a, God damn, dude, I'm 45, man. How come you guys are the age you are and you guys don't know? Kindergartners know how to get along better than you do.
It's brokenheartedness, you know what I'm saying? Like brokenhearted simps. It's something that my favorite content creator, Chronicles of Judas, said. He's like, he seen the manosphere. He was like, or you seen those dudes? He was like, yeah, there's a bunch of brokenhearted simps. And I just be listening, and I just be like hearing the dude speak, and I just be like, bro, you're 50. Or, wait, hold on. You're 50, you're married, right? Or you might have just gotten divorced. Why the fuck are you talking about submission with a bunch of random women on this panel? You know what I think? Those women that get on the panel is just happy-go-lucky. They ain't really on no shit about it. I don't think half of them care about that shit.
Nah,
in my honest opinion.
If you're happy, dude, if you're happy-go-lucky, man, you're not even gonna find yourself on that shit.
Right.
That's what I mean. It's like it's on both sides, dude. It's like the age that you are. How is it that you don't know how human interaction works at your age? Like I said, dude, like you ever watch like some preschoolers or like some kindergartners? Like, dude, I go and drop my daughter off at school in the mornings, and I'll just see all the kids out on the playground and shit, just hanging out, dude, chilling, kicking a soccer ball around, living in their little groups, talking. One's running after the other, whatever. Dude, it's like there's no contention whatsoever. So it's like younger people have more of a grasp and a concept of how to deal with each other than adults seemingly. That's why it's really it's like it's kind of awful to look at.
It's horrible to look at. Shout out to APTV. I see you. Yeah, bro. It's just rough out here. But I agree with you, bro. It was just sad to see, bro. Cause I really, Complex, I try, more, and especially because I'm trying to learn tech too. So I'm thinking, yo, all right, maybe y'all might teach me something. But then when I go on, it's like, the marriage rate don't go right, and us as people, they relate it back to this whole entire like black community shit, and I'm like, this is so irrelevant to what y'all are talking about.
It really is. It really is. It's like, dude, somebody could start up a live stream about like the fucking war in Ukraine, and somehow, women in submission and high value men will come. Don't ask me how.
That I worry, like you be sitting up there like, how did we get here? Well, because the black woman left us out the home in the 1970s, right? Like we talking like Trump got arrested. Well, because he's racist, and black people, we need to learn not to shut the fuck up. Like we ain't even talking about
tornado that just hit Mississippi last night, right? You start talking about that. Well,
the poverty rate.
Yeah, poverty rate. It's like it's a fucking tornado, man.
It's a tornado, bro. It fucked up, yo. Like, god damn.
That tornado was like,
Shout outs to my I don't know whether to call you sugar bum now or the dyke bum. The conversations always go back to black women. Absolutely, that's facts. That's facts.
Well, I'm saying that's over in whatever places people like sugar bum hang out.
Yeah, well, sugar bum.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm making observations about what I see, not what I engage in. I don't engage in that shit.
I try to get out of it as much as I can. You know what I'm saying? Like I just be like, nah, son, I ain't try to.
Well, so much of the shit, dude, in my head, it's common sense based. That since there's no common sense being talked, then there's no need for me to listen to it.
Right. But people need to make money on these sites. So of course, when they catch a story like some bullshit that's going on with Sierra and Russell Wilson, oh, you see that? City Girls, and then like something else that's going on. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah. You already know there's always cover stories for shit, right?
Yeah,
because for every like big sort of like celebrity, sports related, something rather like story. Mm-hmm. Something else happened. You and I know this.
Yeah, of course.
So it's always just a matter of seeing, like, what is it that people, like, where is their consciousness attuned to, right? Is it attuned to the fact that, Sierra, like, fucking, I don't know, did she wear a dress? It's Russell's bitch. I don't know.
She wear a do-rag. She take it off, and she got the dreads with the bleached tips, yo.
Yeah, she take all that off. She got the dreads and shit, right?
Yeah, that sugar bum for real, man.
But it's kind of like, okay, everybody gets caught up on that, right? Uh-huh. And that basically ran the cover for a few of these banks that failed. Let's see, we're not going to talk about that. A few of these banks that failed. SVB wasn't the only one.
What was the other one?
Dude, Credit Suisse got bailed out. That's like one of the biggest European institutions.
Yeah, it is. I didn't really look into it, but I like passed through and I seen it, and I was just like, "Whoa, what the fuck is going on?" Because everybody's panicking the fuck out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So then you're not hearing about all the bank runs starting to happen, and
you think they're going to transfer it to it being electronic, or do you think it's going to take time?
I don't know, man. Like DeSantis over in Florida, dude, he just passed some sort of law or legislation, put something on the books banning CBDCs.
And also, I think in Iowa, they don't want to. I think it's Iowa or somewhere. They don't want to do the hand payments, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like I said, man. When the celebrity junk hits the wire, man, everybody like gets on it, and then they float the real news out there, and everybody's already looking over to the left. So that other stuff just kind of slides right under their nose.
Yeah, because Because you know what I was thinking? Because so many people, like, because I was thinking about how it's going to be for finances, right? Because right now, they're going to be transferring, it's taking so long for them to get rid of that dollar. Yeah, exactly, APTV. Either way, the dollar is finished, right? So it's just, oh, shit, my fault. I was just thinking about it, like, you know, how they gonna transfer everything over, because it's like, oh, everything is gonna be credit, but then it's gonna get into social credit, right? So it's so much shit going on at once. When I'm like, it trips. I ain't gonna lie to you, Complex. It trips me out that I still go to certain establishments and they still say cash only. You know, like, did y'all not upgrade yet? Like, y'all not at least do cards?
No, a lot of. So take for example, dude, like that whole Silicon Valley Bank.
Yeah.
All right. So, in a typical situation, okay, when a bank fails, okay, the FDIC only insures your deposits up to $250,000. Okay. So if you had 500,000, they'll insure 250,000 of it. If you had $1 million, they'll only insure 250,000 of it. If you had 10 million, you get 250,000 of it. That's how much of your money is insured by the FDIC, right? So if a bank fails and the deposits are missing, I guess, then technically you lost your shit, right?
Right.
Now that's what happened with a lot of people back in 2008, 2009 when the housing crash happened. A lot of people lost their shit and there wasn't much insurance there for a lot of people. But see, all those people at SVB, guess what? They got all their money back. Okay. Because see, those are rich depositors, dude. Like your average account at SVB had about $2 million in it. Okay. Then you had companies like Roku. They had like $457 million in that bank, dude, and only 250,000 of it was insured. Okay. So that's the reason why SVB was a big deal, but Sierra in her dress, right? So
yeah. That woman is ratchet. She's out here wearing those red boots and up there telling women get the bag. How
you represent your husband?
That's your husband. How you gonna do that to your husband?
Like, never mind, dude. All these other banks are getting stress tests right now, man. Like, okay.
I'm trying to analyze what's going on in the UK, and I'm like, cause seeing how they are, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, okay, what?
Yeah, dude, motherfuckers protesting all over France right now.
Right. I just seen that, and then it was just like, what? Because you know the whole entire
in Israel, dude, like they're protesting there.
Right. Exactly.
Nothing about that shit.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on with Ukraine. What was the latest news on that?
Shit, man.
Because I mean, it's all this triple spending and stuff like that. It's just the bullshit that the White House did this week, which I didn't understand. You had that Haitian girl, I forget her name, who was out there making a big deal.
Something.
Yeah, that one that was making a big deal about Uganda. You know, them outlawing the homosexual thing out there. My thing is, the reason you make a big deal about it is because the United States wants to get in, it always gets involved in foreign affairs.
Well, the thing was, Biden was in Africa. When was it? January? I think it was. I think it was back in January. You know, basically trying to get some inroads. Okay, because you know the BRICS is all over Africa right now. Okay, and Africa's super rich in resources. It's a way bigger continent than we're told it is, right? There's just tons of shit there. Like Congo is just full of cobalt and iridium, I think it is. You know, for battery production and stuff.
Yeah, battery and cell phone production.
Cell phone, like precious metals for cell phones, chips, batteries, all that stuff, right? And you know, we just signed that CHIPS Act in last year, I think it was. So we're trying to bring chip manufacturing and all that stuff back to the States. So there's a huge tussle with Taiwanese chip manufacturing, Taiwanese Semiconductor Corporation, TSMC. That's what it is, right? It's in Taiwan, but China claims ownership, right? That entire region. Okay. So they're trying to build a chip plant here. You know, you're going to have to get your supplies. You have to get all that stuff right? You have to produce it here, so you got to source it from somewhere, and Africa is one of the places to get it. And they basically told Biden to kick rocks. So we just extended sanctions in Zimbabwe, I think it was, for another year as a result of this. And yeah. So Africans are like, get out of here.
Yeah, and I'm still trying to do more research on that too, because I mean, I even looked at the certain things that be going on, because I know places in Africa, they be having beef with inside each other. You know what I'm saying? And so everybody be thinking, oh, everything is united and da da da. I said, no, it's not. Don't sit here and lie like that. It's not.
No, everything's still very regional. You still have the effects of colonization and all that, but at the same time, you know, there's various regions that are clicking up. Like, if you look up like Agenda 2030 Africa, right?
They supposed to be the lead in tech.
Yeah. I did a whole live stream on this shit on Agenda 2030.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what is undergirding the African Union. So that's like a good portion. I think it's like, how many states is it, or how many countries is it in Africa right now? I forgot how many it's up
54.
to, but it's like mostly 54. Like the Western nations in Africa.
They're doing deals with like bitcoins, right? And blockchain.
Cardano.
What is it called?
Yeah, the Cardano ADA token. That's what they're using as the backbone of their digital currency.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's like, I forgot. It's probably like maybe, I don't know, like 20, maybe like 15 or something like that countries that literally run along the western part of Africa, and they form the African Union. You know, then you have to the east. I forgot what you got over there. They have like this block that's there. So you know, Africa is kind of moving on its own accord, and you know, forging its own partnerships, dude. You know, some of them, you know, are not the best partnerships, you know, with the Chinese. Some of them are more productive partnerships with the Chinese. Then you have Dubai in the mix. You got, you know, the UAE dumping money in. You know, the Turkish put money in over there. Russians, they're heavy over in South Africa. You know.
So, while they're doing that over there, wasn't it true that Jeff Bezos wanted to construct a Google city?
He wanted to do what?
Construct a Google city.
He wanted to construct a city?
Yeah, so a Google city. Yeah.
Wait, Jeff Bezos? Why would he want to do a Google city?
Amazon.
He runs Amazon.
Maybe I'm bugging out, but I know someone from a company wanted to create a new centralized city, and it's basically going to follow the 15-minute concept.
Oh.
I forgot who it was. I forgot who it was, but it was.
Are you talking about in Africa, or just somebody who wants to do it?
I think here in the West they said they wanted to do it.
Oh, they want to do that shit here.
Yeah.
Who said that? One of them people said it. Yeah, that's what they want to do, man. 15-minute cities.
Yeah, that shit's gonna be crazy. Cause you know, I read the article. I probably do a vid on it. But they now what they plan to do is shame living out in the suburbs, and I was just like, what's wrong with the suburbs?
Wait,
like,
how do you shame somebody for that?
Like shame living out in the suburbs. Like, oh, the suburbs are so boring. Da da da. This, that, and the third. Like, it was propaganda when I saw it. And I was just like, wait a minute, dude. Like, it's nothing wrong with living out in the suburbs. Like, you're trying to cast this whole entire thing about living in the cities is better. And I said, fuck that. I trade living where I'm at to be in the suburbs. So, no.
I live out in the sticks, man. Trust me. I enjoy the peace, the quiet, the nature.
Yeah.
I like growing things. You know.
Cause I mean, like, yo, like, cause it's like, yo, it's the beauty of not trying to hear firefighter trucks going off like every time, same time of the day, right? And not hearing ambulance and stuff like that. Yo, technically I still be hearing gunshots from time to time, yo. Like, nah. Shit, fuck that. Take me to the burbs, yo. Especially when it be like the fall time or the springtime, yo. It should be looking great because we get all four seasons.
Yeah, what I mean, what this is, man. This is like a push, and this is some stuff you and I've talked about before, right? But we like post pandemic, or the pandemic was basically the rollout of basically the fourth industrial age. So a lot of, let's just say, infrastructure development, design, all of that is largely going to be driven by like, technology companies in various stripes. And, they don't really have much of a plan to like try to keep things status quo, hence the whole like electric car mandates and all this type of stuff, right? Because they just want to just jump head on into the new shit. Okay. And the new shit really doesn't,
Which I'm saying, which is not gonna work just in time for them to meet the deadline.
It's really what it is. These are things that are self-imposed, and what it does is it forces rapid social change, right? Like if you just stick your foot on the throttle and just say, "Fuck it, let's go." We'll like all things, we'll figure out problems as we go, right? But they fully intend on doing it, and so a lot of that doesn't really support, say, like rural living. You know what I'm saying? Like perfect example, dude. Like where I live at, where I have the contract here to do like all the micro mobility stuff, right? Like I had to really rethink how to do this stuff here, because it's not like LA, it's not like Santa Monica, and Venice and all those areas and stuff. It's not like that over there where everybody's condensed and, somebody always needs to get somewhere and do something to go somewhere, right? So it's not the same. See, so I had to rethink how I use this type of stuff in places like this. You know what I mean? So in rural areas, dude, a lot of this new type of technology and stuff, it may not be as needed as, say, like city centers, where a lot of things go on like in a small condensed area. And so the whole idea is to just turn cities into a small condensed area and protect the shit out of it.
Yep. And because the more compacted it is, the more you can just reach out the technology faster. Whereas if it's sparse, you can't really do it as much and as quickly and as efficiently.
Well, yeah, because now we're using, if you want things, you just have it delivered to you, or have it delivered by drone or by somebody on a scooter.
Yo, and that shit kills me, yo. I think in LA, they had a whole entire electric shopping cart that's carrying like groceries to somebody's doorstep on an app. And I said, yo, let this shit hit New York one day. This shit gonna be crazy as fuck.
Bro, so one of the dudes, he's a former colleague of mine. I'm not sure if it's the same company. Okay, so this dude I used to work with at Bird back in the day, we all like ended up kind of doing our own thing. We all spun off our own companies and stuff, right? So this dude has a company called Coco Delivery. Okay, right. They've been in operation for like 3 years. I want to say it's them that's doing this. All right, because initially what it started out as is like there was a bot, and there was a person from home who would control this bot. And let's just say you ordered something off the app or whatever, from a local store or a restaurant, something, and you used Coco Delivery to deliver it. Okay, so they'll pack up the order, stick it in this bot, and then they scan the QR, and then the little thing latches and it locks, and then the bot is on its way. Then the bot gets to your house, and then you get a ping on your phone, and you walk outside, you scan the thing, and the thing unlocks, you take your stuff out. All right, so then the next vertical to that model is, okay, well, what we do is we have a roaming grocery store.
I don't know about those.
Yeah,
I used to be in one of those.
This uses the same tech that I use Like the same apps that I use for my stuff, it's the same stuff. I just don't use bots. I haven't deployed bots. That's the only thing.
Right now, it's just the bike
Huh?
mobility. I'm saying because when you said that, it reminded me of those the shops that do the bike mobility stuff. They do it by bikes, and it's the 15 minutes or less, all that shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, bro, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
But when you have stuff like that, dude, then that's where these 15-minute cities, in their minds anyway, makes sense. Everything's accessible within 15
But
minutes.
you know what I think? Tell me if I'm wrong, right? Like, I imagine if they do the 15-minute concept, like, they're gonna have a fucking gate that goes out that's like right there at the foot of the city.
At
or
the end
head
of the
city.
fucking city.
Right. And then it's gonna be like you're gonna have to possess like a card or some shit if you want to go to the suburbs or you want to get out. Like, they're gonna pull up some bullshit to say you are now leaving and da da da, and then they're gonna have like, you know, securities, and then they're gonna have like the police force with guns, and they're gonna be like, hey,
Well, no, that's kind of the scary part about this, dude, because you know, up until they just kind of got rid of all those COVID restrictions in China, they were doing that.
yeah, and it's worse in China because of that,
Yeah.
especially with them with the OD surveillance state, because it's like, imagine that you walking down the street and a camera will look at you and be like, I know your whole entire profile while you walk down the street.
No, it does, dude. That's why a lot of those people that were protesting some months back, this is, remember when they were protesting in China, all those protests broke out. And then what they did was, you know, to save face, they said, okay, yeah, we're going to go ahead and remove the lockdown restrictions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then like a week later, dude, everybody got terribly sick. But we won't go there. But what but but what also happened was that a lot of people who were out protesting and all that kind of stuff, they started getting scooped up off the street randomly by police. Cameras was catching them.
Yeah.
Yep. So a lot of them people that was out there, and they just thought, okay, back to normal. They was like, every last one of them people that the camera caught, find out who they are, bring them in here.
Well, you know what? Okay, because I know China is the whole thing with surveillance and looking over the TikTok ban and da da da.
Yep.
You know what I'm wondering? If it is the war that's brewing between China and the U.S., China has companies that's doing infrastructure over here. So, what is America like? Is America going to say, "Yo, stop building over here and go back to where you're from," or like it's just a random thought that I'm thinking because I'm just like,
Oh
well,
man.
how is that gonna go if you guys got beef? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well,
yeah.
Well, no. Do you remember? Okay, you got to go back to when Trump was president. Do you remember when they put the ban on Huawei? It basically Chinese cell phones and Chinese 5G switches.
Yeah.
Like the Huawei switches for the 5G antennas, and then all these like 5G phones and shit. Okay, like Trump put the ban on all that. All right, and then remember, I don't know if y'all know about this, but at the same time, it was the daughter of the president of Huawei. The Canadian government like basically like kidnapped her. Well, they didn't kidnap her. They basically held her in jail, basically saying she was a spy. And she was held in jail in Canada for like over a year. This was like maybe like the first year of the pandemic, 2020, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there was some sort of swap that happened. So there were some Canadian people from China that got let loose, and they let her go, and she got back over there. But yeah, that was the whole thing, right? Like all these 5G switches, these phones, and everything. These are they'll basically the thought was they all have back doors, right? They all have back doors that gives like a direct pipeline of data directly to the Chinese government. Now, the CEO of TikTok, he's literally dealing with a congressional hearing right now, right? Because everybody's trying to put a ban on it because, dude, they've reverse engineered the shit out of that TikTok app, bro. You have no idea how much of the Chinese government's getting your data if you have TikTok on your device.
But you know, son, even with that though, like what I was saying is, social media, because privacy in America sucks, right? And so my thing about it is, that's not me, cynical one. My thing about it is like with TikTok, I was just taken aback because I was like, yo, think about, you know what made me think about this a lot? What made me think about this was Snapchat. When Snapchat was becoming popular back around like 2014, 2015. And remember, you could be able to do the filters and all that other stuff. And so they used to say, yo, you could put that into a database because it scans your face, right? It scans your face and all that shit.
They're facial recognition tools,
that facial recognition shit. And I was just sitting up there. I remember one day I accidentally pressed a button and it almost, I think it scanned my face, or it might have scanned, I don't know. It looked like it almost did, right?
Think about it like this, dude. Like what about your thumbprint? If you have like the thumb ID on your phone?
Yeah, I don't ever use that shit.
Think about this shit, dude.
Right. I don't ever use that shit, right? And so I was thinking about Snapchat because I was just like, what the fuck? And I mean, the only guilty pleasure of apps I have was like Facebook or Instagram. I was like, okay, I'm guilty for that. Okay, cool, I'll take that. But at the same time, I was like, with TikTok, it's like, I was like, if it's the Chinese that's involved in it, and it's this whole entire beef about that shit, I was like, it's no doubt in my mind, they're definitely taking everybody down.
It's already been admitted to.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's been admitted to that the engineers in China, because here's the thing, right? With TikTok, so for the U.S. users, none of the data centers or anything like that is supposed, it can be terrestrial. It cannot be on the Chinese soil. Okay, so the data centers, from my understanding, are in Singapore. From my understanding, or some other Asian country or what have you. However, it was also determined though that through that the Chinese engineers in China have access to it.
Shit.
Yeah. See, so you gotta look at it like this, right? You also have, I don't know if you heard about this, dude. You have like secret Chinese police stations all over the U.S. and in Canada.
Yeah,
you heard about this?
I had heard something about that.
They have a whole fucking surveillance state here already, dude.
Yeah, they do, bro. I've been wondering about this shit since 2014 because what happened is that they did a probe, right? They did an investigation because it was a manufacturing, it was a surveillance company that the MTA wanted to use to implement putting cameras on a train. And then they had also admitted that they had some type of a Chinese little police station in New York. And I was like, wait, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on? Like, what is this? You know what I mean? Like, security.
So wait, how are these police getting their tips?
Right. Like, how are they able to take down suspects and all that other stuff so easily? And I was just like,
how is this possible? Well, maybe because everybody's phone that's walking around with that app on it is serving as a surveillance mechanism, perhaps.
That's a good point.
Maybe
APTV. Yeah, it is. There is a Chinatown in every single state and city, damn near country.
And there's a police station in every Chinatown.
Exactly. And the funny thing about it is, the Chinatown in New York, well, because there's different ones, right? Because you have Flushing in Queens, then you have what is it, Bensonhurst in Brooklyn, but they ain't as large, right? And then Manhattan, right? So in Manhattan, they have a fucking tower, and then the police station next to Chinatown is like one of the biggest ones in Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? So it's right next to City Hall. So it's like, wow, conveniently put here, and then they have a tower like next door in Chinatown, yo. This shit is crazy.
You know what stood out to me, bro? When the Chinese New Year happened out here in California, those shootings happened.
What shootings?
Dude, the one in Monterey Park, and then there was one up in the Bay Area, Half Moon Bay.
I feel like I heard of this before. Was this recent?
Yeah, it was a mass shooting, dude. I forgot how many people were killed, man.
Yeah, I heard. I feel like I heard about it recent. Like, was it
Yeah, it
recent
was at
though?
some Chinese New Year celebration.
Oh,
It was
okay,
on a
okay,
Saturday
okay.
night, dude. Some dude, he had a white van, went in there, and then like the day before, then some dude went into some place and was about to like, you know, air it out, man. And then some dude tackled him, right? So it was like during that time, dude, there was just like a whole bunch of shit going on out here, and it sometimes it just makes you wonder.
Oh, I thought you were saying it makes you wonder what.
No, it just makes you wonder.
Of
Just
course.
period. Like
Yeah,
in lieu
of
of everything
course.
else we've been talking about, like, dude, what the fuck is going on?
Well,
Like
like all
they got
these
they got
mass
something
shootings
else
that's
going
going
on here,
on.
man. That's all I know.
Well, all these mass shootings that's going on, of course, and then the surveillance and all this other stuff, and it's just because it's like the main thing they pay attention when it comes to mass shootings, I guess, to kind of just derail off of the idea that there got to be something going on in the ground. They'll sit up there and say, "Well, it's all these mass shootings with all these incels and blah blah blah," and it'd be like, "Nah, there's something a little bit
No,
bigger
no,
to
no,
that."
no. These were like older Chinese gentlemen, dude.
Yeah, these Chinese, and then I
Yeah,
think you was
they
the
were
one that
older.
mentioned it, where come to find out there was some Chinese spies that was discovered at a Boston University.
Oh no, that was what was it, the Pin U something? It had to do with Biden, man. That whole thing
Yeah.
where they found those documents in his house.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, for real, dude. Like when they found those documents in his house, dude, what it was talking about basically the Chinese guys. I think they donated $30 million, and so they had a meeting with Biden, and dude, they buried the shit out of that story, man. But yeah, that's what those documents that they found at his house were about.
And also one thing that I remember, and how I understood how the Chinese was moving. I was still psyched out when I found out that they had the Chinese community in Jamaica, and about
Yeah,
how it was found out that they were what's that famous oil that they use in Jamaica all the time? It's not castor oil. It's some type of oil that they use out there in Jamaica. And come to find out, when it came to the company, the Chinese was ripping it off and basically making their own and posing it as natural oils that the Jamaicans made, which was not true. So
wouldn't doubt it.
they did some real fuck shit. And I remember having that oil in my house, and I was like, holy fuck. They sat out there and watered this shit down, and for a while I'm thinking, oh, I'm using the natural oil from Jamaica, of course, yeah. But then come to find out, it's not. It's not the actual oil. Like this is a Chinese watered down version of it. And then of course with everything, I'd be so paranoid because I'm like, now if it's like even food that's made from Chinese, I don't want to touch it.
Well,
You know what I'm
goddamn,
saying?
let's not be, I'm, there's things that the Chinese make that is good, and then
No,
there's
it is
things,
no, it is good, but it's
yeah.
just like I be kind of paranoid because I just be like, how do I know it's not
Well, that's
some
yeah, well, that should be just more of like a individual thing, like just kind of what you. Some people don't give a shit what they shove in their mouths, man.
they don't, but they should,
And
right?
they go
They
ahead, yeah, go to that little corner store joint and get you some chow mein.
Well, I haven't ate Chinese food in like years. I stopped eating Chinese food. I believe I stopped eating Chinese food around 2013. I was just like, I'm not doing it. Cause I remember some girl that was there put me on to something. I said, yo, this makes so much sense. Or at least me, I don't eat Chinese food that's in the hood. Absolutely not. You couldn't pay me
Man,
to eat nothing
I
from
heard
there.
I heard like somebody who said some shit like that food that they serving they only serve that food in the hood. Like they don't serve that shit
Yeah.
nowhere else.
They don't look. This is
That's
how I
very
knew.
telling,
Look,
man.
this is how I knew shit was weird, right? Hold on. This is how I knew shit was weird. Shout outs to Marquise 912 for the cash out, bro. Appreciate you, dog. But
Look,
I was saying the reason why you can say why I started discovering it was different, right? Is because compare that to if you go to a Chinese restaurant, Asian restaurant downtown, like in my city, right? They have something called gayu kaku, right? Gayukaku, and then they had another restaurant that I like going to, which is actually Japanese. And so I remember ordering the same shit, the orange chicken, or ordering the it's the orange chicken or General Tso's chicken, and then I get the white rice, or I get like noodles or whatever, right? Or Panda Express, right?
Yeah.
And so I go out there, right, and I'm like, okay, compare getting General Tso's chicken in the hood versus getting it from Panda Express, Gayukaku, or getting it from the Japanese restaurant, which name escapes me right now. There's a total difference in taste. It's a total difference in taste. Because chicken tastes, you definitely know what chicken tastes like. And when you get the General Tso's chicken from the hood Chinese spot, it doesn't taste the same as of when you get it from the Japanese or Panda Express.
You've heard that saying. It tastes like chicken, right? So they can find something that it tastes like chicken and feed it to you.
Like you use a different type of bird. You know what I mean?
Hey, no, you do. Like I remember back in the day out here, dude. Everybody used to say it was cats. They'd be like, "Hey, any cats come up missing in your neighborhood recently?"
But yo, and it used to be so weird, right? Because I remember it was me, my mom's, my pops, and my little sister. We walking up the block and shit. So we passing this Chinese restaurant, right? As soon as we pass it, you know how they got the back door. There was a black cat that randomly came outside of it, and I was like, "Oh, shit!"
Wow.
I was like, "Oh
Really?
shit!" Yeah, I was like, "Oh shit!" You know what I mean? I was like, "Yo, I can't trust it."
And you see like a guy running out after it with a cleaver.
Not at all.
chef
I
hat.
didn't see it. I did hear a big bang with like a chop like afterwards.
Yeah, it's like some guy. He runs out behind it. And he's got like a chef hat and like a butcher's apron.
Yeah, with a cleaver, and then his apron is like I got the little blood stains afterwards.
He's
Like,
got
nah,
blood
yo,
stains.
I can't trust that shit. You know what I'm saying? Even one of like, see, this is a crazy thing too, because what I started witnessing, this is why I got so paranoid. Because I was like, yo, I used to one of these food stops, one of these food places that I always went to, especially when I was a little kid. It was this place, you know, they serve like breakfast. That's what they known for. And so I went there. And I remember they used to serve like, you know, you get the waffles and stuff like that. And so I remember, you know, they also used to have the waffles that they put on the grill that was Eggo. But when I recently went back there, the waffles was in the plastic casing, and it had Chinese lettering all over it. And I said,
Jeez.
what the mind state that I had was, because I did order it and I didn't notice it until afterwards. But I was like, the mindset that I remember was, well, if they started serving us plastic rice, the fuck is the waffles made of then?
Man, listen, dude. Let's not go down this road of fake food.
I'm just saying. It really is one of those sort of things where I'm very paranoid because I can't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
dude,
I said,
I'm telling you, man.
stopped.
I'm choosy as shit. Where you know where I do go to, like if I'm gonna go to a restaurant or something, you know, I'm choosy as hell, man. Where we go. That's why my daughter, dude, she cooks, man. She's been doing a lot of cooking, and so you just go get her what she wants to cook, and we just do that.
To ban Garcia's.
You can't trust a lot of this shit out here, man. You know, like, dude, they're trained. They're low key, man. They just approved this lab grown chicken. Did you hear about this?
Yeah.
That's what I mean, man.
Yeah, I see
You know,
that.
dude,
Actually.
all those companies, all they're gonna do is just like how that Beyond Meat
bullshit
company, they made all these deals with all the fast food chains, so now there's a Beyond version of something, right? And they're gonna just
Right.
like all these restaurant outlets they're gonna start like using this meat.
Yeah. So,
What is this
quick,
it right here?
Yeah, that's what it says. It says lab-grown chicken meat passes crucial FDA steps for sales. He says, what's the big deal with wasabi? That shit is nasty. Remember when they short-lived wasabi craze? I'm not crazy about wasabi. I don't really care for it. Like, I know my little sister likes Chinese food, but or likes that type of stuff and like sushi, but I ain't really crazy about wasabi like that. Wasabi is whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but
They
what
eat
I
that
noticed was
with sushi, right? Wasabi.
Yeah, you can have
Yeah.
wasabi with sushi. It was just like I had stick to soy sauce, but I don't even like having soy sauce anymore. But when I had seen that they passed it, because I talked about this, I said, yo, y'all gotta be cautious on food. Because I remember my family, we went out driving somewhere, and I remember they went to Burger King and they picked up the Impossible Whopper. And I said, I'm not eating that shit. They said, why you don't want to eat? I said, I'm not eating that shit. Nope. I don't want it. I don't want it. Do not, yo, bro, do not give that to me, bro. And then another thing that they did was they have, I think Just is the company that did it. Just might have put out fake eggs. Like, you know how it's boiled eggs?
Yeah, they have those at the Albertsons grocery store down the street.
Yeah, they have the fake eggs, the eggs that you can crack open.
Well, now I
it's
heard
like boiled
those are made
eggs.
with. That's actually, but I heard that those are actually made with a bean.
Yeah, well, it's probably soybean or something like that.
Nah, it's some kind of not a mung bean. I forgot what kind of bean it is. I saw how they do that. I was kind of curious about it, but you know what, man? I'm just gonna stick to shit that grows out of the ground.
Right. But even with that, you gotta be careful because, you know, they do bullshit with that, and then changing the water supply. But the thing that I've seen, like I said, like I seen this whole entire thing, and I'm passing the chicken meat, and I was just like, okay, all the franchises. This is why I told you, bro. I remember having this conversation with this guy on Instagram, and he was like this ultra vegan activist. And I could remember he was sitting up there advocating for I think Burger King or something like that. He was advocating for people to eat the Impossible Whopper.
Yeah.
And I was like, you the same dude that sat up there and said that you didn't like that Burger King and all those franchises was killing the animals and stuff like that and going through the unnecessary processes of making sure that they get productivity out of those animals. So how could you go for a same company you disagree with because they're giving you the quote unquote vegan option now? That makes no sense.
Because that's why. And probably also because Burger King said, hey, look, guy, let's have a meeting. Right? Threw him some change, and that guy changed his tune.
That's what I think too. Like I was like the dude, because the dude seemed like really compromised after the fact, and I was just sitting back like, this is all just bullshit.
He's totally compromised,
fake
bro.
fucks. And I remember the time when I was vegan, because I remember the time when I was vegan, and I just was like, I was feeling like guilty as shit because I was like, okay, I have all this stuff,
vegan
right?
Guilt?
Yeah, vegan guilt.
Vegan guilt.
Vegan
wow,
guilt.
Dude, never heard of such a thing. Shit.
I made this shit up though. I made it up. It ain't real. It's vegan guilt. Because let's be real. I can't resist, even though like, you know, it even though we know the processes and the farms with it, I can't resist fish. Right? And still, you know, cheese and stuff like that, they, you know, the vegans do too much for me. Like they just be like, oh, don't have this, don't have that. A friend of mine told me you can't have aki because aki's not good for you. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? It tastes good. It's still plant, right? Like it's Jamaican plant, but I still enjoy it. So I was saying I had vegan guilt because I was like, I'm still eating fish, right? And so I remember talking to like some girl at a party, and she was, as soon as I brought up fish, her eyes lit up, and she was having a back and forth conversation with me. And I was like, but I thought you vegan though. Like a lot of like y'all can't resist y'allself. And then what they did with replacement of fish is that obviously they use soy, and I was just like, I can't fuck with that. That's why when I go to one of these patty shops, I don't even want to touch anything that got soy with it. You know what I mean? Because they imitate the flavor. Can't do that. Let me see this imitation chicken shit. I can't even find it. It's not even here. You still here, Cmplx?
Yeah, I'm here. My bad, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was muted.
But bro, this is the fuck shit that they did, bro. This is something that I seen online that they did. Now peep this. You see this?
Yeah.
So you know that they they created chicken wings by using some random like line of wood, right? Just like putting a little line of wood, and it's like has like a bow at the front, and they basically put the fake meat around it, and that's a chicken wing, a vegan chicken wing.
Man, I mean, you see, my issue is that you're trying to mind fuck people.
It don't make no sense
by doing this. It's like that. Well, why don't just make something different with it or something? Like this is really bad to do.
It's like you remember when you was a child. You remember when you was a child and you used to put
I know
clay
this isn't chicken,
around
but
the
I'm
stick.
enjoying this chicken that isn't chicken.
He's like, imagine one of your friends say, "Yo, we're gonna have some vegan chicken wings." Like, wow, that's amazing. It was like, "Yo, it's vegan." You'd be like, "Oh, okay, cool." Like maybe they had it, and then you discover this shit on the right of my screen. You like, what the fuck is this? Did you like, bro? It's literally like watching people play with clay, and then they putting the clay around that random wood stick.
I mean, dude, there's a stick in it, bro. Like, come on, you're not fooling nobody.
That's supposed to be the fucking bone. Like, are you kidding me?
Dude, it's a stick. That's what I'm like, yo, that's not a bone. It's a stick.
Yo, I'm telling you, yo, I don't know how they do it, and this is what I'm saying. Once I got off that vegan shit, you know, my mom saw me when she was like, "Are you gaining weight now?" I was like, wow. So I wasn't really gaining weight when I was vegan, huh? Shit. It's a whole different ball game, bro.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game, but it is what it is with that. I'm just saying. But
like I said, man, I'm. It's like nowadays, dude. Like, ugh, food is so unsafe.
Of course, food is unsafe, and I feel like a lot of these corporations is playing around with the food. Definitely, Cynical One highlighted this earlier about how they did the 3D printing food, and I was just like, nah, I can't fuck with that either. You know what I'm saying? But this is the stuff that they're gonna do as well. So, it's fucking shit. Hold on, somebody put me in. Why every time?
Yo, my bad. I was muted again.
Nah, it's cool. It's like I'm getting dissed by somebody on YouTube, and the dude constantly puts up the video, and then it's unavailable. Like, like, are you talking shit? Like, what do you want to do, bro? God damn. Anyway, that's all I got. I'm probably gonna I gotta start up soon because I gotta get ready to go out. Oh, I did see your driving thing yesterday. That shit was dope.
Oh man, dude, I was pissing myself off last night, bro. I have to lap under a minute and 48.8 seconds, and I have to do it 7 laps in a row. And really, dude, I should be running like a minute 46 on that track. And for the life of me, dude, I sat up there and tried to like squeeze. I was trying to find 2 seconds on that track. You know, I was running so close, and I'm like, dude, some of the top guys are running like a minute 42, right, in the same car. So I'm like, all right, listen, 146 is not a stretch for me. Now, if we start talking 142s, yeah, I got to figure that out. But yeah, dude, I was figuring, man, by the end of that session last night, I'd have clipped 147s at least. And I ran 1 lap that would count as a qualifier. And I was like, dude, yeah, this ain't it. So after about an hour and a half or so, man, I was like, fuck it, I'm getting off this thing. And I'll do some more studying, and then I'll do some more practicing sometime today.
Yeah,
like, you know, I'm dead serious about racing, dude. Like, I raced go-karts, I raced cars before, I raced, you know. So it's like you get kind of obsessed with it, dude, and you gotta like step away from it. Like, you know, if you keep clipping the same time, you're basically just repeating what you're not trying to do. And so you have to kind of step away, rethink it, and then go back again. Because, you know, truth be told, I ran quicker last night than I've ever ran on there before. So my goal was to hit 146s, and I was still about 2 seconds off. So 2 seconds doesn't sound like a lot of time, but on the track, dude, it's a fucking eternity.
You know, I actually want to know about that. You know, are you gonna be streaming it tonight, or are you gonna? what you gonna be
I'm
doing?
probably not gonna stream. I'm probably just gonna practice. I don't stream it all the time, but the whole thing is that with my buddy Jamal and a couple other dudes, like we sim race like legit. We do like leagues and stuff. So
Nice.
there's this new league, and it's got a huge community, but you have to like get your license to start doing events in that league. So it's a bit of a pain in the ass depending on the track that they have you go and get the license at. And the Hungaroring, which is a real racetrack in Hungary, that's literally like the hardest track to do this shit at.
Why?
Because it's it's super technical, man. It literally throws everything at you. The only thing it doesn't have is a long straight.
Okay.
But it's got every goddamn thing else. So it's a pretty hard track.
Nice. That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. I'm just happy as fuck because, you know, with Apple, I was trying to download this program and, you know, I was going to pay the money for it. And the thing that happened is like, it's not compatible because I have an older like laptop. And then I'm just like, yo, my desktop is fucked because it's old. So I'm like, I need to get a fucking hard drive and see how the fuck I'm going to get all of my information off of there. Because right now it's acting up. But I was excited because I was like, I was able to download it yesterday, not from that program in the App Store. And I'm like, hopefully this shit works. Because if it don't, I'm going to be fucking mad. So I'm probably going to deal with it like
transfer all your
later
shit?
today. Well, the desktop, I have to transfer all my shit. And like every time I click on something on my desktop, it doesn't, like, it just has a pinwheel of death. And I'm just like, fuck. Like,
You may, have you tried starting it in safe mode?
Well, I have to press a specific key, don't I?
Yeah, it's you gotta look this up. I don't know what version of Mac you have. I used to
Send it to me.
text-
Send it to me on a. Make sure you send it to me on the app.
on WhatsApp.
Yeah, send it on WhatsApp.
Okay,
'Cause
yeah.
I really
'cause
need
was
to.
gonna
I
say,
really
if you
need to get
started
my
in-
files
if you-
off.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
started in safe mode, you know, you may, because you may have it might be a kernel issue. If you just get that spinning wheel.
Yeah, because every time I click something, it just does a pinwheel and it stays like that, and I'm like, fuck.
You need to try boot it up in safe mode.
All right, I'm gonna see it in safe mode and see what happens. But as terms as my laptop, I got the program, and I'm like, I'm fucking happy. Hopefully, it ain't on no bullshit. So I'm gonna deal with that. But
You
yeah, I'm gonna
can't
get
dump
ready.
that shit in the cloud or anything.
Not from my desktop, no, because it's an older desktop.
Oh, okay.
I have to do things manually like it was back in the day. So that's why I'm saying I need to get the hard drive and see what happens, or if at most, because I know they're gonna give me a hard time if I go to one of the repair shops. Because I was thinking about taking it apart and trying to figure out how to do it myself, but then I was just like, how much is the tech? And then if I go to the shop, they're gonna give me a hard time because it's an older model. So
yeah, I was gonna say the first thing you do, man, boot it up in the safe mode.
okay,
Because what it sounds like to me is that there's shit running, like, so when the computer starts up, there's like other shit starting up with it, and probably because there's not a whole lot of resources within the computer to like kind of process everything. When you start to try to access files and stuff like that, it'll just sit there and spin and spin and spin and spin and spin. But when you boot up in when you boot up in the safe mode, the only thing it's gonna do is just boot up the bare essentials to get the computer to run.
okay, and therefore I could just
Then you want to try to access it and see if it'll just go ahead and give you access, because it's not sitting over here trying to open up a file directory and running a whole bunch of other processes on top of that all at the same time.
Nisha Mac, long time no see. Good to see you. Yeah. All right. So safe mode. I'm gonna figure that shit out.
Yeah, boot up in
And,
safe mode and then try it.
All right. I'll let you know what the process is. But
Okay.
as for today, I'm just glad as fuck I got that program, so I'm gonna be wilding out later tonight.
Yeah, man, handle it.
Be wilding. But yeah. So back Complex. You know, they hit me on the WhatsApp, whatever. I'm
What's
gonna get
up?
on out of here because I gotta get ready.
All right, for sure, man.
Thanks for coming through, bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, I told you yesterday, man. You know, if I was up in the morning, I'll pull up.
Yeah, you did, bro. Appreciate that, man.
All right, broski. You have a good one. Peace,
you
y'all.
too, bro. Peace. We go to war like the Crusaders. Shout outs to everybody. It was a fun morning. Shout outs to Marquise again for that cash out, brother. Appreciate you. You know what it is, man. Brownstone Powwow. We're gonna be leading into next week. I think next week comes the 2nd year anniversary. The 2nd year that I did the Brownstone Powwow. Now show a brother some love. I'm almost to 500. So tell a friend and tell a friend. You know what I mean? Tell a friend and tell a friend. Keep subscribing to the Bronzebird's channel, because I'm almost to 500, y'all. I'm trying to get to this 1K. You feel me? I need more people up in my shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like I said, thanks to everybody who came through. Thanks to everybody who watching and who was bird watching. People in my chat. Everybody who supported. Before I get on out of here, you know what I love to do. I love to play music before I get out of here. So I'm gonna load my screen up. And we go and party like it's 1999, but it's 2023. So that's how we got to stay refined. Okay? So I'm going to load this shit up, bro. You know what I mean? We're going to jam out on them before I got to get on out of here. You feel me? So otherwise than that, y'all. Peace.
Yeah. Hey, yo, what? Hey, yo, what? Yo, hey yo, hey yo, check it, hey yo, you came close but no cigar. I'm pulling strings like guitar. I ring around and roll the sticky, my god. I get the blicky shoe like shit, I'm in charge. Yo, my Chico the barge. I Puerto Rico better while was I chillin' in Puerto Rico with a head so freaky, home just a week ago. Yo, the reefer blow around the room. We purchased these to smoke, but we was tweaking on some 1200 a quarter P. I get Philly cheese whiz with onions, I'm out here running shit like Nike when they first drop at Maxis. I grab my gun and flip like quarters off the hand of Two-Face. This ain't a comic though, Kalana pins are popping in more than a couple continents. My content might just shit on the 5%. I tell you, son, you better ever wonder why DMC be offended me. Don't know who he wanna be. I'm Sean Connery, corner store, homie, harming me. Homie, nigga, isn't harming me. Stoner, stay with the sauna, nigga. Fuck.
Dropping the verbal assault techniques upon the dome. So what you want?
The following presentation is brought to you by
Mop Top Productions. From the beginning of time till the revolution comes. What?
And now a word from our sponsors.
And be like 1 for the trouble and 2 for the bass. It's Big Cray coming through, so niggas better make space. Because I'm known for taking suckers out constantly. And ain't a bitch known a man who could fuck with me. I don't be on no fly shit, so dead the glamour and glitz. I keep it real in this motherfucking hip-hop shit. Cause it's about representing mad niggas be forgetting all the whack faking jacks for your ass. I ain't checking.
It's the I double check it, freestyle bandit. All over the mic and your motherfuckers can't stand it. Beats like granite, unable to penetrate. Whack MCs, your timing is sounding mad late. Check the tour date, cause I'm worldwide in this position. I even got ugly chicken head bitches praying and wishing for the kissing and getting wild in the sheets. Using Zen techniques so light skin freaks. Beat the method. Weak MCs slit your wrist, no way you could ever fuck with this. Cause you suck and I insist that you cease to exist. Cause you're dead in your head, your mind and brain is all the same. While my flow will catch flame and all your lanes get burnt. Lyrically, I'm a bully, use my skill like a pulley. Cause I'm not your average moolie, I get high like Cooley. Now listen how this go. See, I'll fry that ass like Crisco. Big Leaf the Giant from New York and not San Francisco. And when I disco, cuties crumble like Nabisco. Hug my nuts just like pliers, cause my desire is to get more
The definition of a slaughter, put a bullet through your wifey to get a quarter from your daughter. That's the new world order. Waterfalls like drug dealers and rappers. The highway to heaven got too much traffic, that's why I'm stuck in hell, walking backwards. Talking about I'm leaving on the next plane. The midnight train to Georgia, cause I put a slug through a devil's Nautica. Weak lyrics fucking bore me. I owe Jesus $1 here. Pow! Pay him for
Now
me.
it's the MOP, TOP, trying to make that DOE, accepting credit cards, checks, money orders, and COD. I bring the drama fam, any party I'ma slam. Couldn't see me if I was a baby.
baby and you was a sonogram. Why niggas lack stealth, Buddha make the track melt. Couldn't kick it harder if your father was a black belt. Trying to get with this is ridiculous. You couldn't fuck around if your style was promiscuous. Nigga, I'm sick with this lyrical syphilis. Style is straight up inconspicuous. Like Mobb Deep, I'm the infamous. Lyrically, I be into this. No run on sentences. Rock anytime, any instances. We rappers make them my apprentices. That's how I'm ending this.
Now who the fuck wanna fuck with us? Better make plans and make them axe exodus. Cause if you test, you bound to leave a bloody ass mess. When you do, I'm rolling in deep like the woo. Now how many y'all want try? Cause the first one step up gon' be the first one to die. You bitch ass niggas live a lie. Cause when the real niggas say jump, you reply ha ha. My roots grow up in Bed-Stuy, and I'll be representing Brooklyn till the day that I die.
Nowadays I hear MCs that I can't feel and DJs that don't keep it real. When they on wheels, rappers who say they rappers blow up or fall off after. There comes a new jack nigga like me that's off the capture. The crowd's attention, getting you stuck like detention. Didn't I mention my thoughts be lost in dimensions? Y'all bugging, Diablo is definitely in this mother. You get me mad enough, I'm bugging your word to my grandfather.
I'm writing or reciting off the top of my head. I will fool you up with lead. Follow me, Drake, I catch a 3rd-degree fever, then I throw it on paper. Got white people saying their part, that's good flavor. I'm baking like soda, I swing like Arm & Hammer, freestyles for hire, sitting by the fire with your mama. You said I washed up and that my shit won't sell, but my colors don't fade. I give it my A-L-L, on guard, touche. I kick ass like sensei, I dale huevo to esa loca, comprende? I'm in this like Guinness, until the record's broken. Twas the night before Christmas, I kicked the gift and still got open.
Now when you tried so hard to pull a nigga's card out and said you charge a stage, but you never had the heart. While your girl's charging up the bill on my pager, I'm major even on the minor notes, so don't start. Why's that? Cause 12's non-stop. Flick shit like my dick spits the last drop. Slap. Can you feel the skin on your feet peel as your heels lift while you're shifting, looking over shoulders like who's that? That's 12. Use no guns when I'm pissed. Use my fist when one is wrong, and use my tongue when I kiss. One, two. That brown skin nigga with the locks to get you hot like a monkey's ass. Dirty ass junkies.
Get up in that ass like New Orders. You're getting served more than Becca with verbals, uppercuts, knockouts. Yes, I get business for peoples and ghettos. I represent like Shelto, protected to go ahead, guillotines, rip so. Them parasites causing aggression to hip hop sessions. Yes, yes, y'all. Watch me bust with spiritual lessons.
It's the forehead busting, Punani stretching backbone pop or making 4 niggas disperse like plays from helicopters. Brooklyn hard rocker, Big Willie George shadowing with pipes stomping barrel races. From NY to Compton, soldier for talent, shit I would chat. Soldier for fortune, pretty boy face nothing. But rush a 50 to 10 back, 1206. Get into the mix, I leave your shit open for stitch when the mic gets clicked.
We will be here forever. Nigga with